It's okay.
I'm a different person from last week to this week, so I know I am.
It's like we've never done this before.
I included plenty of discussion points for you, Dom, in my segment. So
thank you.
All right, guys, we're live. Apparently, they don't care. I don't know how I'm still here. I don't, but I am. So we're gonna do a little bit of a show. We got some cool stuff coming out. We're gonna look at some ideas for tales, maybe books that we kind of think maybe the next tales or something like that because we had last week will come out. We're gonna look at a couple auction books here. I don't know why we're doing this. I don't know why we're doing this because you guys snipe books anyways, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna cover maybe so we're gonna do the thing that I hate doing the most. We're gonna look at the internet. So that's fun. And then
we got an awesome manga that Marco has failed to read to do today too. Because Marco's lazy.
As you can see, the substitute teacher was unsuspended, so he's back for one day. He'll be gone next week. And then we got Sticks, who will fill in for Sticks. You're filling in for Wayseeker, right? Because we're suspending him immediately. Immediately, we're suspending him.
Okay, all right.
Terrible.
I think the reins. Can't wait to talk about the Star Wars Celebration possibilities. What we're gonna can hope for that they drop on us.
Oh, I didn't even know we were gonna do that. That's gonna be okay. Look, I might have to leave early. It's gonna be a long night, apparently. So let's start getting into it real quickly. I'm so underprepared for this.
It's like you're going to Japan tomorrow or something.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, it's almost like you have other stuff on your mind.
I have, a lot of other stuff on my mind. Yes.
Make sure you change your money to yen. Let's go.
Over or under that Marco ever comes back?
If I have to deal with you guys, I'm pretty sure I might not be coming back anymore. I might actually stay there. I haven't been talking about it. I don't know.
What? No, stop talking about Marco.
Until they kick him out.
No, stop talking about Marco. He's a good guy. He'll bring some stuff back when he comes back.
I'm not bringing.
Bringing us tons of books back. We know that.
Hold on, guys. Not bringing. Let's set our expectations properly.
Yeah.
Not bringing shit back.
He's getting a great picture with Nubs because Nubs.
Listen, all I know is concept series. They have a concept series Darth Maul hot toy that's going to be there, only available for at the con.
The video,
is 2 hours. Okay, cool.
The video game comic book. He's going to bring back a short box for everybody in the chat.
Exactly, man. Great,
dude. I swear to Pete. How late is Pete to the freaking show, bro? That dude. Like one day before I'm leaving for Japan, hey Marco, could you please see if you could get a couple copies of this fucking Star Wars comic for us all? Like, bro, are you serious? Like, where have you been? They only announced it a month ago. I shout out to Sticks. At least he got me the same thing that had already been sent to my email about like things you need to know before you go. But he was the first one to post it. Pete's over there 2 months late, going, "Could you please pick this book up for everybody? Like, get out of here." Ain't coming for nobody. Hey, let's see which ones Wayseeker wants us to snipe today. Go ahead. What's up, Dom?
No, wife is talking to me over here about your trip to Japan.
What's she saying?
No, I was going to say she goes. He is not picking you up anything. That's it.
She's right. She knows me well. She does know me. Great day for the group.
I was like, he probably does not want the responsibility of picking up stuff for other people.
See, this is why me and her get along so well. That it's like it's words from my mouth to your ears, what she just said. I don't understand why you guys keep asking. You could just ask her.
Isn't either one of you.
She will see it, right? Me and his wife are twins. I swear to God. Great day for the group.
I get it.
And lots of new Star Wars.
I guess I got to pay friggin' a shitload in the aftermarket with all the tariffs too.
No. See, that's the hard part about it. Darth. Hey, what's up, Ruben? Thank you for coming in last week. Let's have all the rants last night, my brothers. Cool, we will. Tommy Longbox, Dark Side Sunday. Let's go. Cool. Cheers. Pound it up. GTK Comics. What's up? Thumbs up. High. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Dom's source of all rumors. I will no longer be spreading false rumors. That's
it, man. I won't.
I bet. Wait, no Nubs sighting in Andor season 2. I agree. Thinking piece of.
I am very excited.
That's good. Sup? What is up? What's up? Sup, y'all? Sup? Is that a wand? Sup? All right, hey, let's look at some of the books that Wayseeker is going to make us. Where's my share screen? Let you guys snipe real quickly. I don't know why. I don't know if they're actually going to snipe these. This one should probably go pretty well.
What you talking about?
You'll see.
now?
Yeah, I actually
Yes.
picked up all the variants for the Star Wars facsimile.
Oh yeah.
You didn't because one of them hasn't come out yet.
No, I got well, not the one that hasn't come out yet is the one that's the C2E2.
We'll cover it. Star Wars, Dr. Alpha, 2020, the Gen 125, the Bartel. Yeah.
It's already
What was it?
150. That's good.
So, yeah, what was it up to? Like 3.25 at one point?
That was a lot of money at one time. I think a $500 book. Wasn't it 500 at one time?
But I think it's lately it's been about 200 220. So we're
Okay.
already almost there. So
We'll
2
see.
hours.
We'll see. All right, which other ones do they have?
I need that book.
Oh,
That's
Tag
fine.
and Big.
this one I don't know about. This one it might go for $50.
That's dope.
Why did they just do a book with friggin' Plagueis? Just make a damn book with Plagueis. That's it. Just
Yeah,
make
they
it-
should. They should give us a real first appearance.
Yeah.
Because this is, for those people that don't know, this says first Darth Plagueis. This is not first Darth. This is first
Cameo.
of a shadow. I mean, it is not a first Darth Plagueis. But whatever. I mean, it's the only thing we got so far. So till we get something better.
This
He
is
looks
the
more
big
like
one.
he looks more like Gollum in that book than
I like this book. I like that the Vader book.
Plagueis.
A 10-0 on it too.
Ooh, that's a 10-0.
Ooh,
10-0.
Damn.
What is
10-0.
this? Oh, the red, black, and white. The
This
red,
is the
black,
second
and
print.
white.
This one has been going for like, I think it's been going for like 150 and a 9.8 and a 9. So I'm excited to see what 10-0 goes for.
10 looks nice, man.
What do
That's
you
beautiful
think?
10. That's, having that book on your shelf.
It should go for like 500 plus.
5.25.
Yeah.
Is it the only 10 in the census?
Yeah.
What's 9.8 going for?
150.
150.
150? Yeah, that's high. 5's high for
10-0, not a 9.9. A 10-0.
I know.
You can't
but
go
no,
higher.
hold on.
You can't go low. You
Hold on.
can't go higher than
I-
10. It's perfect.
I'd put it around 4. I think it would go 4. I don't know if it'll go 5.
Yeah, I
but-
think
depends on who's bidding. Depends on who's
Right.
bidding.
No, I think timing too. If we were talking about,
That too.
do we know who this is? I think I know who this is. Anyways, do we? I think if we were talking previous to the rumor, everybody's gonna get 9.9s today. I think the 100-point value would be fine. We could get like 600-700 off of it. But I definitely think now, I think there's some shine taken away from 9.9s and 10s, right? Even though there shouldn't be because they're still rare as heck.
Mhm.
Right.
So we'll see. That's an interesting one. This is an interesting one.
It isn't.
Nice book. That's a nice book to get autographed
Maybe
too.
worth just
Think
a
about it.
buy.
All that space right there to get autographed.
Well, not with the 10-0, it isn't.
I know. I'm just saying, but no, just
You don't want to risk that thing being regraded again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't want that
exactly.
nonsense. Yeah. All right, well, we'll check back in on those. I don't think any of the boys are actually buying any of those today. So snipers,
Nope.
go ahead and snipe. It ain't us.
yeah.
What is going on, Chef? Good afternoon, good
What's up,
evening,
Chef?
and good
What's
night,
going on,
Chef.
buddy?
Good to see you. All right. What do I want to do this week? Do I want to get into books or do I want to get into news? Holy hell, we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff to get through today. Let's just go right into news. JJ, we're gonna do news. We're going back to news. I just feel like I'm
Sure.
on the news today. I'm feeling like news. So here we go. What is a good?
All right, here we go.
Yeah, cool.
We got some big time news coming this week before celebration. Big off news is the Andor run times.
Yes.
This
I
is
love it.
crazy to me.
I love it. This is what they always should be. love it.
These are coming out 3 at a time, and most of these episodes are 50 plus minutes. So
That
we
is
will be
too
That's
watching
too
and
much.
reviewing
That's way too much.
That's the way.
2.5 hours a week. Of
That's
Andor.
Awesome.
Right.
That's the time limit they should be on all the shows, not 30, 29 minutes.
If it was
30
one
minutes.
at a time, I'd be okay with it. But doing 3 at a time, that's a lot of Star Wars
It's
coming out.
2.5 hours.
Well, they're going to probably drop it at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock will probably be the drop time.
Yeah, you watch it from
19,
9 to
11.
midnight.
yeah,
It's
there's
basically a
there's
movie.
No shot.
It's a movie. It's not that big a deal.
That's awesome, man. I just can't wait. I'm so psyched for figuring
Who's got time for 2.5 hours?
Dom, you say that you've got no shot of watching. This is what Dom's gonna. You're not gonna see Dom on the internet much anymore because he's fucking watching each week 3
No, I'm
hours.
going to watch this. I'm going to love this, man. I can't wait.
They're dropping on a Wednesday, Friday. What day?
Tuesdays.
Could you imagine this? Dom
Fine.
go watch 3 hours of Star Wars. Then he's got to watch 3 hours of YouTube to see what he just watched of Star Wars, dude.
Yeah.
He's going to be spending
Just see.
12 hours between Tuesday and Sunday. He's going to have time for nothing else.
Can you imagine what Dom's gonna watch people doing live act or live, watching it live?
He
where they
will,
do their
100%.
reactions for 3 hours straight. All you're gonna be is like for 3 hours straight. Dom's gonna be thinking,
I love
this is
it.
the greatest thing ever.
No, because what Dom does, this is for the people that don't know, Dom watches it. Then there's a certain YouTube Screen Crush that he goes to, and he watches their thing really quickly, which is usually, I don't know how much it is, but I think that's like an hour per thing. But like, so he's gonna have 3 hours of that, and then the next day, Wayseeker, is when he watches the reaction videos.
And guess what? If it takes me off the internet, I'd be great.
I'm
Just
okay with it, actually. That's what I'm
okay.
saying. I'm actually kind of okay with it because he's not gonna be his normal troll sites. He's gonna have no time for troll sites. He's just gonna literally be watching fan reactions.
You don't
and-
understand it, man. Dude, the last trailer that they showed, I am so freaking psyched for this, man. I can't wait, man. I am so psyched to see how this ends, man. How it leads into freaking Rogue One. I just can't wait. Can't wait.
It does include credits.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and whatever after shit they do. But
It's
so
still gonna be over
the
2
44
hours
is probably gonna be
between
36.
But you see, that should be all the shows should be like this. Like every show we get, it should be 30 minutes. It should be 50 plus minutes every show.
If
You
it's
wait-
good, sure, but I want it to be good. I don't want just time. I want.
No, I know, but listen, come on, man. You can have the Gorman Massacre is going to actually be 5 episodes. The first 3 episodes, and then going into the second 2 of the other episodes, there's going to be a lot of ramifications. So we're going to have a lot of action, man. I can't wait. And I can't wait to see Dredra in her freaking pajamas with Cyril on the freaking couch, freaking Netflix and chilling in an episode. You have Star Wars pajamas. I can't wait.
Slow down.
Slow.
Seeking medicine.
Helps those breaks.
I'm medicine, man, so I'm hype.
JJ, what's the credit time? Is it typically 4 minutes, 4.5?
Actually, if they do all languages, it could be like 6 or 7.
6 or 7. Okay. I mean, I don't have a problem with some of the stuff Dom was saying. I mean, some of it's just batshit crazy as usual, but like it is right though. Like 51 minutes now for streaming, it doesn't seem like is a bad time, right? So why don't we just get everything to work in 51 minutes? So if it's showing 2 Daredevil, for instance, episodes together, why don't we just have that as 1 episode and shorten it to half? So it's almost like minis. I don't know if we need as many weeks, right? Because this is what 1, 2, was this 4 weeks or 5 weeks?
4 weeks of
3 episodes each week.
Yeah, so 4 weeks, but like I think this is a hefty, lofty goal. This is a lot to try to consume in that short period of time. I don't mind things coming out in an hour a piece for 4 to 5 weeks, which I think is actually the perfect stream point because of attention spans that we have nowadays. And to be honest with you, even for content creators, for us to try to watch stuff, typically by week 6, 7th, and 8, we're just something else is starting up, or we've already lost our attention with it.
Yeah.
So I think it's consumable at that point, and it'll and it's better for playback ability for those people that are waiting, so that it doesn't lose the shine off the month, and they can still talk about the scenarios. Is good, but this is crazy. We can all agree, besides Dom, this is crazy as shit, right?
Actually, yeah. I think it's kind of smart in that it bridges the gap between people that want to binge watch and people that don't want to binge watch.
Yeah.
Or marketing that way. I mean, because you got 4 weeks, you basically got a movie. If people will sit down, they'll probably, and some people might not even watch the full 2.5 hours. Mind you, it's still episodes, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, fair.
you can still break it up by hour at a time or whatever.
Yeah, because that's how people watch TV.
People like just watch the episodes, like JJ's saying, watch 1 episode at a time and wait each week and just do the 12 weeks.
It's giving you a little more variety. My one worry though is that
That's a lot, though.
what was the accusation of Andor in this first season?
Slow
Allowed the slow burn, right? So now you got something that's even longer and it's going to give you more content at one time. If it's a slow burn like the first season was, those people are going to walk away after week 1.
Yeah, especially after you vested 230 into 1
I
week.
don't think so.
I don't think they can do a slow burn like that though. If each 3 episodes is a whole year,
Did they
can't
release
waste a whole year on a slow burn.
Look, the interview with the cast, they said that the wedding is the first 3 episodes, and also the Gorman Massacre is in that. So we're gonna have a lot of stuff that goes on in those 3 episodes. So it shouldn't be a slow burn. It's gonna go after that. It's gonna go right into
9 episodes after that. They're an almost
no,
an
but
hour long.
each episode. So it's gonna be a year jump. So you have a year jump, and it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be it's gonna be cool. I can't. I'm thinking.
I can't wait either. I just think I personally would just rather be 1 episode a week. I'd rather be 45 minutes of content.
Yeah, I agree.
But you can still do that.
What?
You can still do it that
You
way.
can still do that.
No, we can't because we're on the show.
Yes, you can.
I can't I only watched the first episode.
Oh, hold on, JJ. Hold on, JJ. That like saying that's not how things work. You know that.
Oh, you can't do that.
You're doing like by the
on
time.
the internet.
Well,
You can't do
I
that.
like the binge watch, so for me, it's good. I'll watch all 3.
Well, no, what I'm saying, like
If
in
you
general,
don't, you
like
don't have to. It's not like
okay,
a law.
what psychopath is going to try to stay in the bubble because by week 3 you're already how many? You're like eight episodes behind. What kind of crazy? The only person's doing that is hold on now. I let you go, JJ. Hold on. No, the only person who's doing that is some jerk off. And we all have them at the LCS that comes in there and just the stupid stuff, the opposite of everybody else, just to try to annoy people with doing the stupidest shit. Like there's this is only for annoying guy in the LCS. I'm gonna just watch one I know, but I'm a purist. I'm just gonna watch 1 episode for 12.
I'm not gonna watch the internet.
No talk, no spoilers. He
No
comes in the
spoilers.
door, no spoilers. Hey, we're not talking about this. We're talking about episode 3. It's already episode 9. No. I'm watching 1 a week. No spoilers.
There's a lot of people that don't watch weekly so that they can wait till the end and binge watch it all at once.
Yeah, that's fair. So it's better for them. But
No, I had a guy one time.
That's not what you're talking about. You're talking about a guy coming in there.
Well, yeah, but this way you only have to wait 4 weeks to do that versus 12 weeks.
I had a guy get mad at me one time.
True.
2 months have gone by. 2 months.
I believe that. I believe that.
Yeah,
I believe that
True
100%.
statement.
And the guy got mad at me. He's like, "Oh, you spoiled it." I said, "Dude, fucking 2 months went by." I go, "Are you kidding me?" You got it, man.
For
You
what?
need a banner that says "Don't be a homer."
For what? For what, Dom?
Don't
I watched the show and 2 months went by. So I was talking about it. I was just bringing up something, and some guy was like, "Yo, thanks for spoiling it for me." I'm like, "Yo, dude, 2 months have gone by." I'm like, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
Is that the new time period for TV? If 2 months gone by and you haven't seen it, you kind of if 2 months.
I
after it's done.
think TV
Right.
that's
Oh,
fair.
yeah.
Movies that's not fair because you got to wait till at least they come out on streaming.
No.
Listen, first.
No, you have to come in and say, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna." You guys are talking about that. Let me stop.
3-4 weeks tops.
Bring that, man.
You guys are awful. You are awful human beings.
By the way, JJ, hey JJ, this is why also you're an awful human being because you just gave Wayseeker the idea of what he's gonna do.
It could be like
Wayseeker-
6 months before a movie comes to streaming sometimes. Like, what the hell?
No, but you go, hey, I'm gonna. But you did the courtesy. Hey, we're gonna talk about that. Does everybody see it? That's what you do. If somebody says no, it's on them to leave.
Like
It's not on
I'm
you.
all for throwing a spoiler warning out there.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
But Tom doesn't even throw a spoiler warning. He's just like, I'm going. I don't care.
Dom goes, screw you.
Yeah, don't be a homer.
Don't be a homer. What does that even mean?
I don't
from
know.
The Simpsons. It's from The Simpsons.
No, I understand who Homer Simpson is.
So
No, but-
there's an episode of The Simpsons. To help you out
No,
here.
Sticks. We're not explaining The Simpsons.
Okay.
What I guess my point here is
You asked.
JJ,
did
this
ask.
is also
Thank you,
this is
JJ.
also what ticks me off about you. You just told Wayseeker what he's gonna do from now on, which is each week come in here and go, hey, hold on. I'm only on episode 2. I know it's week 3, but I'm only on episode 2, dude. It's only episode 2. Good job, JJ. All right,
Well,
what's
I
next?
watch things because of the show, but like normal people don't do that. So
I'm not normal.
This
I'm
guy
spoiling
like a
that
blue
shit.
bear.
Okay, man.
Yeah, Dom wants to spoil it while the shit's going on.
Before it happens. Let's be clear about it. It's like, oh, you know
did you
what's
see
happening next week?
Yeah, you're right. He does. Dom
Yeah.
tries to spoil it before the shit actually happens. Yes.
hey,
absolutely.
don't give him too much flack, or we're gonna start. Remember how long it took us to get him from posting spoilers like the very next day, or like even like that night?
Yeah.
That
Not
night,
those
no,
in
that
chat,
night,
so-
while the show was on, he's
Yeah.
spoiling it in the chat. Like,
Yeah.
dude, some of us got to put our kids to bed.
So
Dom,
we're
no
trying
fucks
to not
given.
do that anymore.
None
Let's not
given.
go backwards here.
Go ahead, JJ.
Oh my god! All right,
Wayseeker's on it. He did this week's thing.
all right.
Oh, sorry. wait a second.
We got Jim Cummings announces that he is doing or has already done Hondo facial recognition for an upcoming Star Wars project. Dom's all
Grogu,
stoked about,
Grogu, and Mando.
No.
Dom's all stoked about this.
Who all thinks this is Tales of the Underworld.
Who all thinks that it is this?
Why would they do Tales of the Underworld? Yeah, that could be
Who's
it.
going to be disappointed when it's for a video game?
That's already done, though, right?
How can I?
It's Jim Cummings. He just said it's for an upcoming project. It's not.
Why would you do it for
Tales?
Tales? Why would you do it for Tales? It's animated. You don't need it.
You still do facial recognition, don't you?
You still need facial recognition. Yeah.
It's a cell already that they made for fucking Clone Wars.
I know, but why would you ever need it then anyways?
No,
Yeah,
you know
why
what?
would you wait? Time out. Why is Jim Cummings doing facial recognition for anything?
I don't
Does he look like Hondo?
No,
No,
that's
he-
who he plays Hondo. He's the voice of Hondo.
Well,
He's
they
not
have to
voice.
talk.
He's the voice of Winnie the Pooh.
It's for when they
But it-
talk.
Hey, you know who doesn't look like Ahsoka? What's her name that does Who Universe? Obviously, because they said she doesn't look enough like Ahsoka. She does the voice forever. She was the original voice.
Yeah, I know,
Ashley
but
Eckstein.
they've been using a lot of people who do the voices, which Mars Nicholson, friggin' Thrawn. So they're using a lot of the actors, some of the actors. So most likely he's Hondo. He's going to be Hondo. They'll put
Holy hell! I just picked Jim Cummings to see what he looks like.
I didn't read the post.
First
Did he
off,
say in
nice
the post
loop
Hondo?
earring in your right ear, bro, because you're 500 years old, but like, and sweet mustache, might say, but like, no shot. That dude is
No.
Well,
The
it's gonna
guy's
be
been
like
the guy's been the voice of Winnie the Pooh for like
Darkwing Duck, Winnie the Pooh, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, I mean, so the face, so what JJ sounds better for mouth movement or whatever, I guess. I don't know.
I
well, it's
guess.
the same way for video games. That's why you.
No, it's for the video game probably.
I think it's for the video game. That's exactly what I think it is. I think is for Outlaws, Pirates
What's
Fortune.
up, Foster?
So everybody's
Yeah,
getting their
they
hopes
both right.
up, and I think it's about this. So that's my guess. This is for celebration.
Well, at
You
least
will get
it's on
the
Switch
world
now.
premiere, Marco, of the
I heard some cool stuff. Like I might actually get to play some of this. It was really nice.
you might.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'm
Well, we're gonna
they'll
There's
do
some
it.
cool stuff, man, that I heard's going
Fortune.
down.
Do we get what's the face in this too as well?
Who is what's her face?
I'm trying to think of her name. I can't think of her name right now. Force Awakens.
Hey, Vance?
No.
Maz Kanata?
Ray?
Maz Kanata.
Yeah.
There you go. The
That's
queen.
right.
of
Her
the
name's still Dom Velvet, I'm right.
I just couldn't think of her name. Freaking.
That would make sense, except for if the Pirate's fortune is Hondo's fortune, I guess.
Well, it would take place. I mean, you might, but
Well, Maz Kanata's 800 years old.
Yeah.
800. She's like
I don't know why
8
you-
billion.
I don't know why they would include her in Hondo and all that.
Why? She's a pirate.
Recognizable person.
She's queen of the pirates.
They could use Maz as like a narrator.
Yeah, maybe.
Or just some place that you stop to or whatever. I mean, they use her for other stuff too.
I just
All right.
hope it's bigger than like 2.5 hours of content like the last one. So
It won't be.
It won't be.
It absolutely will not be. This is like, hey, remember when we're like, hey, no more microtransactions after Battlefront, right? And they're like, sure, we'll never do that again. Okay, now we're just gonna do micro content. This is what it is now. This is
And
what
charge
we're
it
doing.
Up front and charge up front for it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. I'm surprised that they're actually doing any more things on this game.
we already paid for it. They have to do
You
this
already
one.
paid for it. They have to. They're
Oh,
obligated.
they have- okay. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
the
they don't
next
have to,
they don't have to
but-
do any more after this one. I don't
Oh.
think they will do any more after this one. So
How's the numbers held out after they changed around the stuff?
it's not good.
Not
You
good.
see?
It hasn't improved at all.
It's-
I said that when they did it. You can't put the cat back in the bag that easily.
Yeah,
With that
there
type
you
of
go.
stuff. So
So
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know though. Battlefront got a revival after they took away microtransactions for a while. It actually
Yeah,
lasted
that-
a lot longer than you thought it was going to.
they didn't change the actual way the game played. Like,
Well, they kind of did because they
It's
introduced
out.
all those. They introduced all the special characters, the Force characters. They ended up increasing a ton of them, changing around the power system, and then they implemented that 4-on-4 base thing where you could attack each
well, they were
other.
going to do the 4-on-4 thing anyways. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
I
Fair
don't know
enough. Fair
how
enough.
long,
Fair
yeah.
enough.
anyway, all right, Marco, you tell us if it's any good. So
Yeah,
me and JJ have already purchased it, so we'll have to.
I'll tell you how bad it sucks. All right.
All right, this one is what Dom is like
Yes.
celebrating over.
Yes.
All he wants. I don't buy it, but I'll be other you. Turning to Tony Gilroy, there's a Star Wars horror project that is in development.
Well,
Buy it.
they interviewed him and he said, "Oh, it's already in the other bag." Oh, then he changed his tone. He goes, "Oh, I think." I don't know. Maybe we'll hear something, but I would definitely go for that. I'm all for this. All for it, man. Give it to me. Give this shit to me and give it to me friggin' great. Because
Wait a minute. Hold on. Did anybody read the interview that Dom's talking about?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Did he say it like Dom said it?
He
or
did pretty much say it like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I believe him. Does he really know what's in development? I don't know.
I don't know. You know what?
What?
To be honest with you, I think.
How'd you? Well, hold on now. Wait, what? Wait, Seeker. How would he not know what's in development?
That he knows what's in development or not?
If you want to say, hey, he's just using that as like a put out there so that they actually do it, that's fine. But yeah, he out of some people that I believe might have a little bit of knowledge on what's going on there, probably him.
Well, I'll tell you what. He did mention after he did Andor, he's like, I would love to see a friggin' comedy, comedy or a horror. And then the week later, he says, "Oh yeah, it's already in development. This and that." And then he goes, "Well, I think it would be a good idea." So he kind
disclaimer, JJ, tell him what stages of development we could be in.
It's called pre-production, which is next to 0.
That means he pitched it to somebody. And somebody said that's a good idea. Which, by the way, it's still possible. That's still possible. Obviously, he narrowed it down from a comedy to horror. And by the way, it's not without merit, considering they have, Planet Dathomir, and we've actually seen zombies and witches show up.
Yes, we have.
I mean, so it's not without merit. But with that being said, we all remember Catherine Kennedy rolling out on stage and going over 16 freaking projects.
And how many we got?
Projects.
How many we got?
Like 3.
Exactly.
And you know what? I don't buy this. Because Star Wars is about selling toys, and I don't know how this thing sells toys.
Well, you can sell toys. You can still sell toys.
What are you talking about?
Dom, no matter what, and Ruben.
It's a whole line.
Well, listen. Well, freaking Ahsoka. Ahsoka, freaking goddamn Andor. Andor is adult.
I think that's only part the case in the fact that it's not kids who buy toys anymore necessarily. Like if you think about who's going out and buying the action figures for Star Wars? Like who do you see in the buying these things? It's not kids all the time. It's mostly adults anymore. So you can very easily make a horror Star Wars toy line and probably get away with it just fine. So people will buy it.
Not to mention, this niche, the niche genre of horror has been doing well lately. You can say what you want, but between monsters.
You've had horror directors come out and say, "Hey, I want to do a Star Wars project." So
yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is it's merchantable across multiple platforms. I mean, if you look at some of the content that's been put out there, as far as even D-rate horror stuff, but coming back to Universal Monsters, which is technically horror. You know what I mean? Coming back to just zombifying everything, which is a cycle they do every 3 to 4 years. They have been getting hits on that. I mean, it is a product line. To Wayseeker's point, that they could be pushing. Not to mention, you got to stop giving us fucking highlighted glow-in-the-dark skeleton troopers for Halloween. This is something they can push through with.
Hey, what about the fact that he could be talking about Ahsoka season 2 with Abeloth? Abeloth is a horror. If that comes into play,
quality is not doing
going to be an episode.
Abeloth is coming, son. Abeloth's coming.
That would be the worst idea ever. If Dave did a horror project,
you don't want Dave doing a horror project.
Ahsoka season 2. The Mortis gods, and Abeloth. I'm telling you, man.
Dom, I thought you said you went on vacation and changed.
I did. Hey, listen, all I know is.
Could you imagine though? Hold on, real quickly. I actually like this. Were you guys ever? Slime? No, Wayseeker's too young. But JJ probably knows it. Dom definitely knows it. Sticks knows it. There's that slime era where everything was slime. Dude, could you imagine they do that with a digestive thing for the Sarlacc pit? So Wayseeker, there was this green goop stuff called slime that they used to There's a show called Double Dare that would come out, but all the toys the turtles would have ooze. All these different stuff. So towards the end of our childhood, there were all these slime type projects. They were really cool, but you could get guys and build their body parts out, and you put it together with slime type stuff.
That's cool.
I know you probably don't know anything about it, Wayseeker, because it's a little bit after your
I wonder how I got lumped in with the old people.
I know, I love that.
I'm Wayseeker's age. What is?
Yeah, but he seemed like a weird kid, where you seemed like a kid that would play with normal toys.
Wayseeker was sheltered, so he don't know.
Yeah. All right.
I love it.
What do you think about this if they did this as a VR game, or they do the horror game with VR and the Oculus?
I think it would work better as a video game, to be quite honest.
Me too.
Than it would a movie or a TV show. But
what if they? But what if they did it as part of like I'm thinking? I see it as like a streaming special. So like how they did Werewolf by Night.
Oh, Halloween special.
But not even a Halloween special. Just a special. I mean, you could do it at Halloween, or you could do it as a special because those are marketable, and we've seen. That's kind of like one of the projects where I wasn't trying to mention it, but I'm saying it now, so I guess we're going to say it. Is like Werewolf by Night. Like the merchandising on that has been pretty darn good. They keep carrying it over to add a Halloween portion. So,
right.
We do have werewolves from Star Wars.
I like that idea.
But
all right, this is for you.
Way secret mad he didn't have slime as a kid.
These are for our UK fans in here. Marco's gonna throw some tea into the ocean on this one because the original 1977 theatrical version will be shown in theater.
This is what I don't understand about this crap.
BFI
in the UK.
No, not nice. Not nice. America, damn it. This is America. Star Wars is America. You know how many Americans are in Star Wars? It's America.
We're gonna get it for Star Wars.
I don't know. There might be as many British people as there are.
JJ, nobody asked you. Nobody asked you. Where's Rancho Obi-Wan? America, damn it. That's where Star Wars is born. That's where Star Wars belongs. Stop letting them steal our crap over there in the UK. I've had enough of this. Bad enough we had to do a celebration over there, but I figured that was so that we could come back and take all of our toys and prototypes that they stole over there somehow. And props. I don't know how many props those English people stole, but they stole a damn lot of them. They stole more than that than tea we threw into the damn lake. We're even. All right? Stop stealing our props. Stop stealing our toys and stop stealing our Star Wars. And our wrestling, by the way.
So it's the guy who leaves for a celebration in Japan.
We stole Star Wars from Japan. If you know any history, history, we technically just took their cinema and did it America version. And then, so we took Japan, we Americanize you, America, damn it. Here we go. I'm a real American. And we put it in there, we stole it, and then UK stole our shit. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, Marco, we will get this in 2027 for the 50th anniversary of Star Wars.
No, we won't.
We'll get
here. No, we won't.
Dom's gonna if it's in like Canada or something, Dom's gonna tell you this. Star Wars forever.
Hey, so last Sunday, I should have told you guys this. Last Sunday, I had the best. Kids, they have play dates or whatever. Best one ever. We hadn't met this family before. Whatever. We go to church with them though. Went over there, sit down and talk. And the kids like da da da. They're like, oh, we like Star Wars. We're like, yeah, it's a celebration. Blah blah. They go, oh, really? So we get down there. The dude goes, hey, check this out. He hands me a Blu-ray DVD. It's 100% bootleg 77. 79. It's like all the originals, but bootlegged as hell. And they did it like they printed it like it's actual Blu-ray DVD. It's amazing. And I was like, dude, this is the coolest thing ever. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to get a copy of that somehow. And damn the man, save the Empire, America, the original version, Han shot first.
And this is the original. The original didn't have Episode 4, A New Hope. Because that came in 1981 when they redid that one. So this is the original one that doesn't even say
Star Wars
Episode 4 in the opening crawl. So
it's funny because the original novel had the same thing. That it was just the when you read the original novel, it was only Star Wars, no New Hope, no nothing like that.
Nope. Yep.
There's a country that actually put commercials inside the Star Wars, inside the Star Wars movie itself.
I think it was.
Yeah. I forgot what country it was. It's like Obi-Wan's talking to Luke. And then they go over to a cooler, he opens it up, and there's like freaking goddamn these Spanish beers. You saw that?
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. I like it.
So anyway, UK fans, we have a lot of you out there.
No, shout out, but not the UK fans that watch our show, because if it wasn't for them, we lose half our viewership. So shout out UK people like Tommy, everybody that watches our stuff. We love you. We're just saying, but they know. But they also know.
Say we. Don't pull a Dom and say we. This is you.
They also know. They also know who we're talking about. They know who we're talking about.
They're gonna find more stuff in the attic. You know they are for the 50th.
Well, I mean, too, it's like not our Irish brethren and sisters, not our Scottish brethren and sisters. We're talking the proper banger and mash guys stealing everything. That's what we're talking about. Those hooligans. That's who we're talking about.
You get the original, The Adventures of Star Killer, Luke Starkiller.
Oh, we
didn't throw Irish tea into the freaking lake. We threw an English tea, just some Earl Grey is what we did.
All right. So we got a new version of the Star Wars Women of the Galaxy reference book.
Why is that guy's eyes so blue? They're creepy.
And they got some information on Shin Hati. Sorry, Dom. Shin will not be teaming up with Ahsoka.
That's awesome. I don't care. They can fight what they want.
You already told us it was going to happen. They were going to
they can do whatever they want as long as they get together.
Nope.
I don't care.
Sabine and Hati.
Slow down. This is first off, Dom. This is a family thing. Don't do that motion again, please. Also, maybe throw up a little bit in my mouth when I saw you do it.
They will be arch nemesis in season 2. They said that she's been joining up with the pirates to scheme to get back after losing Balin. So they are not. Everything Dom told us about season 2 is already wrong.
I never said they're going to get together.
So anyway,
say we again. It's not we. It's you saying that, not me.
Anyway, is anybody else a little bit perturbed that he never knighted her?
Who?
Balin. She still has the Padawan braid.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he wasn't. Yeah, I mean,
she didn't have to have a braid in the first place because she technically wasn't a Padawan. But I'm like, why?
How long was she a Padawan? Padawan for a long time.
I thought she was just trying to grow out a rat tail, bro.
Yeah.
You don't know.
So there you go, Dom. We'll get more. We got some bread cramp.
I love more. Give me more Shin Hati any day.
She is very pale, huh?
Yeah.
Give me more Sabine. Shin Hati. I love it.
I know you do. All right, this is the one Dom's excited about.
This is cool.
We got The Master of Evil by Adam Christopher. Adam Christopher did Secrets of the Sith or whatever that book was. Whatever it was, a really good book that he came out with.
Here's your horror book right here. Here's the horror.
Khan, if you remember that. And so now we're getting a book on Vader's quest to cheat death by Adam Christopher. I'm excited for this one.
But look how.
Wait a minute though. What? I don't know if I'm okay with the premise on this.
It takes place
after. This is why he turned to the dark side to save Padme. He couldn't.
So it's gonna be early. It's gonna be early on.
It takes the story after Revenge of the Sith. It's it takes place in that time after that. But this is the horror he's talking about.
The Empire.
Who did he have to bring to life after the Revenge of the Sith, though? Padme's already dead.
But he wants to make sure it never happens again. He wants to make sure he can save.
Who's he falling in love with that get up?
You know?
Yeah.
I kind of was sticks on here. I think we already heard it. So how much?
Isn't that also kind of? I mean, isn't that also kind of Palpatine's goal?
It's Palps. That's what I'm saying. We've already seen this with Palps, and we've seen this with Plagueis already.
But I think Vader at some point thinks he can overthrow Palpatine, especially early on, at least.
It could be dreams. It could be him dreaming.
Hold on, let JJ go with this. I want to hear this.
But his quest is to kind of overthrow Palpatine early on, but he doesn't know how long that's going to kind of take, type of thing. And Palpatine's seeking request for immortality, if Vader can find it first, that might be a motivation for him. But
okay, that's a fair point. Okay, that's a fair twist. I can accept that. But I'm with whoever said I think 6 is we've already seen this twice. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess if we're talking self-resurrection, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'd be
but even with that, it's that's a thing we've seen with Plagueis and with Palps. So I need a different motivation. If the motivation is I got to kill Palps because he's made me a slave to the dark side, so I want to stay longer.
It also could be about Vader's nightmares. That nightmares that he couldn't save Padme, and the trying to find that.
You always quit your job, Ruben.
Trying to within the Sith, the dark side, trying to find the afterlife. That's the whole. Maybe
I'm kind of excited for it because so much of Vader's story has been about him failing to overtake Palpatine. His story kind of sucks. Currently, we've never really got into his story about how he's explored the dark side in a way that Palpatine didn't.
Yeah,
you're kind of right.
Different,
but, yeah,
that'd be good.
Is that kind of what made the comics bad recently? Is Vader's supposed to be this fucking kick-ass badass, and most of the time, all we see him as being this half mid dude that's
a lackey to friggin'
but not even a lackey. Sometimes
Alp's just new comics have made him too overpowered. Remember when from a spaceship he folds the giant space monster in half or whatever?
Oh, that's true. But that's what I'm saying is he goes, but he doesn't go. There's no character development. He's Palps is kicking my ass, and then I'm just gonna go blow something up.
Well, another thing too is
that's
remember
the whole story's been for 5 years.
Vader's suit was made to contain his power, and Palpatine knew that. So,
it's also because they burnt off his dick.
I'm just saying. But the whole fact is that his power, that he was really powerful. That's why the suit's there too, and the suit controls his power to a point where Palpatine knows that he could probably outtake him. That's the reason why he tries to control him. But it could be about the dreams. It could be about that he's always scheming and trying to find ways to.
Well, he also can't breathe without the suit in the chamber.
That's true too.
I'm happy if he's like seeking a resurrection type thing for Padme or something. I'd rather have him do that than like introduce time travel. So it's like,
what's the worst thing Star Wars can do? And happy to stop that.
Yeah. They already got the world between worlds.
That's a reference, Sticks. That's what Don't Start. That's what he was doing. He was saying how dumb that is.
Yeah. And it's actually pretty cool. What are you talking about?
Introducing time jumping and then saying I have no clue how it works. Not pretty cool. Not pretty cool.
That's true.
Yep. Yeah. So I know Dom said he's going to read it. I gave it a 1% chance that he's actually going to read this book.
Yeah, I will read it.
1% is pretty high.
No, fuck it. Raise that percentage, man. Raise that percentage.
All right, 3.5.
5.5.
You ain't reading it.
All right, 5.5. Hey, 5.5. I'll take that.
For that Kira book that was going to come out. It's been up for like 2.5 years, and you never even read a page of it.
Dude, they just announced it's coming out. Barnes & Nobles has special
editions
read the cover.
Of
all these books.
So there'll be a special edition to this book. There's no doubt about it. We'll keep you updated. It's
New York Comic Con. We'll have a special edition New York Comic Con because it comes in October. New York Comic Con comes out in November, so we'll see.
It'll be NYCC will probably have
some.
All right, this is the book for Marco's reading level, just for Marco. I can't wait for it right here. Marco, you've been happy for Halloween. I find your lack of candy disturbing. This is what would happen if somebody didn't give you candy. If somebody gave you a toothbrush, you'd be like, lightsaber, dead. Like
no, trash or shit. Yes, absolutely. I will tear your house up. Just watch it when you close the door. You sent me toothbrush. This is true stories. Hoodlum Marco as a child. You give us pennies. The pennies going right into your house, right through the windows.
Those are the houses that get egged.
You give us apples, I'm ripping your entire light structure from outside out of your ground, and we are tossing them down the sewers. We will destroy every piece you have. You better have your light off. You have your light off, you're fine. Do not give me crap, though. If that's the bullshit you want to do, you're a way seeker. You want to give some kids bullshit, you deserve what happens.
Give tofu.
You deserve what happens. You don't have your light on? Tofu. You don't want to participate? You got two options. Participate or do not. But what your option is not is going to be participating and being an asshole and giving people toothbrushes and apples. I know what you did with this apple before. You cannot be giving some kid an apple. Who are you, Mr. Pedo? You cannot be giving somebody apples. Nobody knows what's in that apple.
Razor blades. I can tell you that you can do that, man. Apples and razor blades.
I miss those days. Like there was a nice old lady in our neighborhood who used to make like the caramel apples, like 50 of them every year.
That's fair. You're a grandma. You make caramel apples. I'm down with that. I'm talking way seeker age. You're giving me a hand of mints that you got, the dinner mints you stole from the Chinese restaurant. You're just grabbing a handful of those and putting them in my bin. Guess what, your car's not working tomorrow because those mints are in your gas tank. I'm telling you, they are in your gas tank. It's not just me. I got 8 brothers, and then of course we got 50 friends, so it's all 50 of our candy right in your gas tank.
Who wants to bet that when Marco was taking his kids trick or treating, he would sneak candy out of their bins?
Oh yeah.
I do that all the time. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't sneak.
Mouth bar. Ooh, mouth bar.
Dad tax.
When I'm going trick or treating, I would take all the Snickers and all the Reese's peanut butter cups for myself. I'll take all my sisters, my brothers. I'll take it all. That's all I wanted.
Anyway, this book is just for Marco.
My son's like that. Yeah.
Marco will review this one for us. Because he's the one that's going to pick this one up.
Why can't you read a kid book, Wayseeker? You're too above that.
This is the only level of book you can read.
There's
no nubs in this book. There's no nubs in this book. So
Wayseeker can't highlight it because it's only 10 pages. It'd just be one big highlighter. Let's not be fooled by Wayseeker tries to say he does. All he did is learn from Cliff Notes, where he opens up a book, just goes after the first couple chapters, sees a name, and then highlights the quotations of somebody's point, and then goes, okay, cool. Like you're at some
community college trying to pass first year lit. Let's discuss these nuts, Wayseeker. Let's actually read the book.
I would read that book. Here, look at the book I got. Jedi Academy. Here.
Jedi Academy.
Don't let Wayseeker fool you with his book reports. We know what you're doing. We all know what flunkies did. This is Wayseeker in the middle of class. Hi, Professor. If you notice page 362, Paul Kuhn said, I suck. Can we discuss that, please? Yeah. Shut up, Wayseeker, you butt-kissing.
Wayseeker's the kid who's like it's class is almost over, and the teacher's like, any questions? And then he's the one kid that has a question when everybody.
I love how he didn't read it. You know he didn't read it.
All the kids look at him like, shut up.
I love how Dom doesn't have any kids, and he keeps pulling kids' books of Star Wars off of his bookshelf.
Hey, you want to try with Wayseeker? You're gonna get all the smoke tonight. You tried. We're just setting it on fire.
I'm gonna tell you the reason why I have those books. My wife bought me those books because she knows I like Star Wars. She bought it for me because
I like those.
That's very nice. That's nice of your wife.
Yes.
Way to shit out somebody's wife, Wayseeker. Good job. Hey, by the way, you know how we know you can't read? Because you're from Ohio. Look at the Cleveland hat. We know the education down there is not too good. Okay, stop lying.
Right.
Let's go.
All right. These are limited edition for you, Ruben. Darth Vader high-end headphones. These are limited to just 10 of these that they're making. $7,000.
And there's two different ones, right? Two different ones or the same thing?
No. Each side has. That's
What type are they?
Those are the pictures.
Who made them?
Hey, great speaker. You're not gonna get
the
those.
ones that made those earbuds. I can't think of the company that made those earbuds that I talked about 2 weeks ago. So you get these high-end Darth Vader headphones. 10 of them.
$7,000?
$7,000.
Maybe laced with gold for $7,000.
So there you go, Ruben. Spend your money.
Yeah, Ruben, you never get those now. I can tell you that.
For $7,000, they better translate everything I'm listening to into James Earl Jones's voice.
They don't do that.
Dude, if Wayseeker had money, this is the dumb shit he'd be spending it on. He'd be sitting at home, putting this in. It's not even plugged in. He's acting like he's listening to records of the old broadcasts of Star Wars stuff. He's just kicking back. Oh my God.
Right next to his lightsaber
hi-fi sound is so
And wait,
good.
do we know the manufacturer?
I have to look it up again. It's the same one that do those earbuds I talked about 2 weeks ago.
Is it
And the manufacturer is. Thank you. What a story. What a story.
Yeah.
You have to actually read the whole article. You can only read the headline. That's all you can do. All right.
We got Master Soul's Legacy Lightsaber for all you lightsaber fans.
Oh, I have it in the other toys. Thank you.
At Galaxy's Edge. Sorry.
Audio Technica.
Don't worry. We'll get Audio Technica. Thank you.
At 160. We'll go back to that. If you want, since we'll move on, since Dom has it, a Star Wars wedding. There is now a small Vegas chapel that offers Star Wars themed weddings where you can either have Yoda or Vader perform a ceremony with their custom Star Wars music for just $860, and they can fit.
So you can have a little person as Yoda
people
perform a wedding as the.
That's solid, bro.
That's a solid price.
That's not bad.
I'm surprised this hasn't already happened though.
I'm surprised. Exactly. That 800.
You probably tried, but it's not as good. You got a Yoda. Is you say it's a small person that does it?
And you can come to 18 people. Listen, 18 people. I went to.
I know where I'm reviewing my vows. I need more than 18 people, but
I went to City Hall to get married, and it still cost me more money than that. I would definitely do it. Get the music, come 18. I had less than 18 people.
I don't know if that includes the marriage license and everything. It might not.
Yeah.
You've got to do that yourself, but that's $20.
That's not. Hey, listen, that's not bad though.
Yeah,
it actually was pretty good.
That's a good price. If you're in Vegas, you want a Star Wars.
Solid price, dude.
It is a solid price.
$860.
And this economy, the way things are, $860. Come on, man.
Anywhere, this is a good. What I don't know what that is, but if you get Vader and you get Yoda, dude, could you? Which one are you getting? Which one you're getting? Yoda, right?
Yoda.
There's no way you're in Vegas and not getting
Vader.
Yoda.
I'm getting Vader.
No, bro, Dom. If they got a little person playing Yoda, no shot.
You know it's a little person.
It's gonna.
Dom said it was.
I think it is. Yo, wouldn't it freak you out? You have a big Yoda. If you have a tall Yoda, wouldn't that freak you out?
It's gonna be that old lady with the big glasses with the Yoda ears on.
Hey, hold on. Does he do the Yoda voice too, or she? I'm not.
They gotta do the Yoda voice. They gotta do it.
They gotta do the Yoda voice. Oh, bro, no shot. I'm done, Yoda. I'm done, Yoda. Shit, I'll pay the 16. I'll pay the 1,700. I'll get them both down there. I'll back-to-back weddings.
Maybe get Jar Jar Binks to be the wedding too.
The one with Vader. See which is better. That way I get what 20, 36 people. That's not even enough. But still, 36 people.
How many of these weddings will end in divorce in less than a year?
I mean, I've already.
As soon as the wife has to give her vows to, as soon as the wife has to give her vows to, take his hand in marriage, do you?
And you have to talk like Yoda too.
Bro,
when you get married, you have to say it backwards too.
Hey, check this out. Next time I'm in Vegas, you clowns, remind me of this. We will be participating.
I will.
$860.
Yeah.
Shit, we're gonna cam the whole thing, everything, up and down. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
Hell yeah. Little Yoda. Oh, hey.
I want Wicked. Give me Wicked.
Wicked. What?
Get married by the Ugnaughts.
That's like
that'd
Sticks
be
talking
funny.
about Doctor Who.
Dude,
Come on
how
now.
cool would that be if there's a bunch of Ugnaughts running around?
He is in Doctor Who.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. One last news story for today. You have a chance to pick up one.
You renew the
Only
vows.
one.
Renew.
They're auctioning off one of C-3PO's feet. This
Where's
is one
Joe?
of his feet from
Where's
Empire Strikes Back. It is up at the Heritage Auction. Current bid $500. How much are you paying
Who's
for
freaking with
one
a foot?
of C-3PO's?
Dude, the only people who have stolen more props than the people from UK is the bastard who played C-3PO. That dude stole so much shit. He stole so much shit.
Freaking the face, the mask, the goddamn the back, the one arm, one leg.
Yeah, he's selling it piece by piece. Piecemeal.
Make some money,
He's
man.
selling it 1 foot at a time. It's crazy.
Oh my god. What's that dude's name?
Daniel.
Anthony Daniels, right? That
He's gonna
dude's
be a
in it.
celebration. He's gonna be
Bro,
a
that
celebration.
dude's in it for the long game.
And he's gonna steal more stuff. He goes to Celebration, so he can
Yeah.
steal stuff.
Oh, hey, lock your stuff up, nail it down, because Anthony Daniels coming home with it.
That's
That
funny.
dude. There's a comic creator that passed away, and I'm not gonna say who it is because I've besmudged people who are dead enough name. But there's a guy who he was notorious for that. People would turn around and be like, "Here he comes! Lock all your stuff down." His hands get really grabby. Hey, make sure you got somebody watching your stuff while he's walking around. So yeah, I mean, same thing with him. Just do it.
Anyway,
1 foot.
1 foot. What a waste.
That's funny.
And which one was it? Like, it's Empire Strikes Back, but there's multiple costumes with it. See, that's how Daniels plays it out too, because he's got multiple costumes.
He's got multiple. Oh yeah, absolutely. So it looks like it's the left foot to me. So
Does he have the balls to say this is part of the
Maybe
Daniels
right.
collection or no?
He doesn't have it. No, he doesn't say that. So yeah. Anyway, that is the week.
Oh, that's actually a short week in news, but it was a nice week in news. Thank God.
It's 50 minutes.
All right. Well, no, it was 10 minutes of yelling about nonsense. It was all right. Let's get into comics. Here we go. Hey, I mean, not a bad book, right?
Yeah,
All
it's
right, good. Good
I
stuff.
liked it.
Yeah, it's good. I was saying this the other day, last week or 2 weeks ago when we were reviewing stuff. It's not like they're putting out the strongest stuff. Like, it's not like it's, oh my God, we're doing like, I don't know, Civil War or something like that. But we're putting out solid content in Star Wars comics currently. Like readable, digestible, pretty good stuff. Some of the covers are a little.
I got 125. That's just pretty cool.
Okay, well, we're gonna get your opinion soon. All right, coming soon next week. We got Vader. Also, Legacy of Vader, another surprisingly solid. I'm not saying it's great, not saying it's knocking down the doors, blowing stuff away, but a little bit of a solid surprise. Correct?
Yeah.
Vader 3, and then
the first issue was good. The second issue was meh.
Yeah, I'm afraid it's trending maybe down the hill, so to speak. But.
Okay, sure, but I mean, till it does go
But
down.
you don't know.
right?
It will pick back up. It's only 2 issues. So.
2 issues. But they
I
also
haven't
are
got a
dropping.
chance to read the second one of this, and I haven't read the second issue of Jedi of the Jedi. I didn't get a chance to
We
read
should look that up. I want to look up and see what this is pre-selling for.
I just
Is
hate
that-
this A cover. This A cover is like one of my least favorite covers. Like that lightsaber.
giant lightsaber.
Don't worry. It's going to get worse here in a week.
The
or
Go-Go
later.
Gadget lightsaber.
Yeah.
Extends forever.
That's this guy, John something. He does all the covers for the.
And like Albuquerque can do better than that as a 125.
Oh, you better watch your mouth because I was about to
I
say.
like Albuquerque, but it's just a
I
freaking
was about to
helmet.
say-
Do me more than a helmet.
Hold on now. You better start looking for that Albuquerque because here's 2
Albuquerque.
things. One, get it if you can get it under ratio. Try to aim for $12 to $15 on it. Hell, the $15 one already sold. Because I have a feeling, Albuquerque is a sleeper most times in Star Wars. The Albuquerques do decent, like they sell. So there's going to be people going for it. Only available right now is 20 and 33, 24, whatever.
I'll wait for the second print version. They just print it in a slightly different color or black.
I hope they don't. Yeah. That's the only thing that's going to kill it is if they do a second version of it. You're right. You're fair enough. But if that's one version of that Kirky, it'll be good. Sorry, I was on a different screen watching stuff. I was looking at the internet, doing the internet on the internet. Then we've got the second print coming out for Jedi Knights #1. Which, why would you buy this?
Nobody needs it. Nobody needs it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and also coming out this week, because he decided to mention one book that's the C2E2. The one that he forgot to mention is there's a final Star Wars #1 coming out. There's a Virgin and a regular cover coming out.
I have the regular cover.
I can't believe that you did a store variant on here.
Yeah, I know, but it's in celebration. Listen, we don't take store variants
Are they actually going to be at Celebration, or are they just?
I don't know.
Oh, it's Celebration.
They said it's going to be at Celebration, so we'll see what happens. Just like the C2E2 ones at C2E2, so we'll see what happens. I did it because one, it's in Celebration. Two, we don't accept store variants anymore on this show. So, and I think it's been long enough that we can just start.
I actually like that.
People don't think we're biased.
I thought you were doing it because Pete told you to look at one book, and then the other book is a Nakayama, and he didn't say anything.
No. But I saw it. And like I said, I don't think we have no relationships with Unknown Comics. I wasn't going to say the name, but Wayseeker has to spill the tea because he hates life. But yeah, I mean, for a long time, for those people that have been with us for a long time, you might know that we did have affiliation with some stores and store variants a long time ago when we first started. We don't have those. Even though we're still friends with them, we just don't do them anymore. So we can talk about some of them.
But
and then the second one is Beyond Victory.
I heard it from Pete directly that Marco's bringing back a whole short box of those Beyond Victory.
Hey, Marco, which book you like better? You like this book or you like the other 1 in 25?
The Kirky?
No, the 1 in 25. No, the 1 in 25. The facsimile, the reprint, or the
this I actually like. Well, this version I like better.
Yeah.
But Marco is bringing a short box back of these just for the fans of the show.
I think this version's good because, like, when you think about Vader, you think about him being tall, like 7'5", 7'6", and he looks like that there. Wayseeker, you're at the level that if you get just 1 inch less, funny, you can do a Saturday show real quickly. Because, dude, bro, I mean, like, you said the same joke 3 times. You say the same joke 2 more times with nobody laughing. Saturday's your day, brother. Saturday is your day. All right. Next up, FOC. Shout out SNS, the funniest show on.
What is Qui-Gon Jinn? What is Qui-Gon Jinn?
Cover.
What's up with his head?
Hold on. At least the one on the right, the 1/100, which there's a trade dress one. At least it actually looks like
Jinn.
Yeah, the first right there. It looks like it's Qui-Gon Jinn. It looks like a freaking.
That's not Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Look at how fat, like long his face is.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
It's like me.
Why in God's name? We know Neeson is the face of Qui-Gon Jinn, right? He just is. That's too bad. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Why in God's name do they try to draw him? Because that's not it. This is the ones I was telling you were bad. That's the 1 in 25, Dom. I warned you.
Right.
Just wait till you see the other. Just wait till you see the other craft for this.
No. Remember Battlefield?
What is that?
Oh, wait, go back. No, go back.
What is that?
Go back to the other.
That's not as bad as the other one.
The onesie. He looks, dude. That looks like a dick. It looks like he put hair on a dick. It's bulging out.
Go back to the
What's Obi-Wan doing there in the other one?
Remember the movie Battlefield Earth with John Travolta?
Yeah.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah. But why? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Everybody's mind. What does Qui-Gon Jinn look like?
I don't know. I like the second coming up.
William Neeson. You just make it look similar to that. That does. By the way, what the fuck is it? What the fuck is Obi-Wan?
I don't know.
Is that Obi-Wan or is that Anakin? Who is that?
That one might be Anakin. I don't know, but one of the other one is definitely Obi-Wan. Go to the other one. Look at
Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's in the story, so it should be Obi-Wan.
This one, look at that Obi. He looks like he's 75 years old.
Dude, no, look at the one on the right. Yeah, that looks like they're trying to do Duke from G.I. Joe.
G.I.
Joe. Hey, Dom, is that not Duke's head put on fucking Obi-Wan? It's Duke's head.
Cobra.
Oh
What?
General Hawk. General Hawk.
General Hawk. Sure. Yeah, fair.
My wife's in the background going, Cobra.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, what is going on with this? How can you try? I was going to set it up, but you guys jumped on it anyways. At least the 1 in 100 looks similar to what it's going to be.
Listen,
Why?
I like those 1 in 100s. Just imagine getting autographed, getting the autograph on the lightsaber.
You've said this since we previewed them.
We did. Who said that?
When we FOC'd the first one, you said the exact same thing about the Yoda or whatever.
I'm lucky I remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday. You want me to remember a couple of months ago? Oh, you old man. Please.
Same shit every time. Also, too, and the only reason I'm FOCing this is because I don't know if they'll come out or not, but this, once again, it's not a terrible read. I mean, that's the standard for Star Wars comics at this point. Not terrible. It's readable.
Right.
Woo. Oh, the covers are shit. The covers are dog shit.
Yeah.
The covers for Star Wars right now are all-time lows, dude. All-time lows. All-time lows. But the insides, the curtains don't match to the whatever or whatever it is they say. The insides are different.
It looks like they made Hunter look like he's Tiny Mac from Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Like, it's like Ben Stiller from fucking Dodgeball. I don't know.
All right. Once again, shout out SNS, funniest show still on Renovision. All right, that's all we got this week. Jesus, guys. I was going to promo the next segment, but I don't know how, so we're just going to get to it. We're talking about Tales. I'll do it again. We're talking about Tales. JJ had this thing like, what's the next Tales step so that we know where we can go next. So kind of with the thumbnail, buy these books before they turn into a Tales show. But I couldn't put that headline on a thumbnail because it's way too many words, even though JJ insisted that we did.
I insist.
He insisted. He wrote a paragraph. He's like, why can't we do this as a heading? I was like, because there would be no picture. It would just be a thumbnail that had words on it. Waysinger would be happy. He would have highlighted half of them. Anyways, so that's what we're gonna.
It's like a typical Jose Older comic book. We're
gonna cover that. Then we're gonna do toys, and we'll do celebration. Should we check in on our? We'll do this, and then we can check in on our books too. All right. So JJ, go ahead.
All right. So these are my pitches using characters in their stories for what could make a good Tales series. We all know Tales is the anthology kind of thing they've been doing. We're up to volume 3 now. Why not continue it forever and do like 8 million of them? So we got.
I think they are going to do 8 million of them.
I think they will. I think they'll keep doing this idea for quite some time until people get tired of it, at least, which will probably be a while from now. So first up is something we've kind of all speculated on, which is Tales of the Clones. Will they go back to Clone Wars? Will they do something involving clones? I don't know, but I think
considering they already went to Ahsoka, they've used a lot of the characters around there. I have no doubt that Dave will go back to that well.
Man, they talk about that damn Clone Uprising friggin' show that they keep talking about.
Yeah,
nobody talks
what
about
was that?
it.
What are you talking about? It said nobody ever.
I don't want no more clones. I'm just saying, I don't want no more clones. They can appear in shows.
None at all.
What are you talking? Nobody ever just said what you just said, though.
Clones Uprising. Hey, listen, give me the Darth Maul Crimson Dawn series.
No, nobody's ever said Clone Uprising. Like, nobody.
Anyhow.
Well, what? Who? Dom, who? You said they are always saying that.
It's out there in the ether. It's out there, man.
Oh, well, so is 2 chicks licking a cup. But that doesn't mean you need to see it, dude.
Okay. On that note, the intention behind using a couple of these clones is I wanted to get stories in there that, one, kind of come from comics a little bit, and two, we haven't seen very much of or much at all. Commander Bly was in, I think, like 2 episodes of Clone Wars out of the whole thing.
See, this is exactly who they're going to use. You know this crap because this is what Dave likes.
This would be good. I think this could be good because so he eventually gets promoted to. What happened?
Oops, I don't know. That was such a bad idea that fucking
just dropped you off, man.
Yeah, Lucasfilm came in and said, "Don't spoil what we're doing, bro."
Damn.
But anyway, so this was a good story. So you had Commander Bly, who works with Ayla Security. He eventually gets promoted through the ranks to become her commander. And you get basically they meet up with Voss, who Voss at this time was working with Dooku, right? Kind of in that whole like undercover thing.
Yeah.
He he's been commanded by Dooku to recover this object, and they have basically the same mission. So they decide, well, we'll work together very reluctantly. Bly actually wants to shoot Voss in the face when he first sees him, but Sakura talks him out of it. But the interesting thing to this is it gives you the whole story of that perspective, and even how they use the Force and everything else from Bly's perspective. So I think this could work out to be really good if you show like Bly early on, and then kind of him joining up with Ayla Secura, because we don't see much Ayla Secura at all for the most part. You see her like die in Star Wars. That's like the only scene I can remember her being in. So like, and then you kind of see this end where he's learning about the Force through watching them, and he gives you the human, because all the time we see about how the Force is used and how everybody can. But this is from a clone, a human's perspective. I think it could be a good story.
You know what? I think this is the perfect way to use tales, kind of like how we used to do with like the novels and everything else with Star Wars pre-Disney, where we get these little side quest tales and everything of my new characters. I mean, this is the birth of Boba Fett, if nothing else, right? And look at how that turned out. So it's a good idea. I just Bly can eat a dick.
All right, on to the next one. This is one that probably nobody knows, but it's Hawk Mazzy. So Hawk here was originally a clone, right, in the Clone Wars. I think this person's an interesting perspective. So Hawk is basically left for dead by his Jedi commander. He's like the only surviving member. They just leave him behind, left for dead. This creates a huge resentment in him. He hates the Jedi even more than like. Most people think the Jedi betrayed the Order because they've been tricked to. He resents the Jedi and hates them because they left him behind to die. Like, he kind of considers all Jedi that way. He actually ends up joining Vader's 501st Legion, and it leads to a story where he ends up basically regretting joining the Vader and Legion and everything, because at first he looks up as Vader as like the all-time leader. Like, he rises through the ranks, Vader compliments him, he does everything else, and eventually they go on a mission that goes bad. Vader convinces them to lie to the Emperor's face, which he does do. But then he stays in his ranks. He goes on another mission, and then that's when he observes the village, and he then later sees Vader basically just marauding through the village, killing everybody.
That's awesome.
This changes his mind to say, and he's actually one of the few people that he literally yells at Vader to stop, and Vader actually pauses before he goes on. So it's an interesting story. He eventually throws his gun away. He eventually runs away from the Empire and becomes a farmer, which is kind of a weird ending to it. But I think this was one of the better
We kind of
stories.
saw some of this.
Yeah. So.
That's cool.
By the way, we just became the second funniest thing with this comment here. That my guard comments like to say he likes Hawk's daughter a lot better, Tua. Just to let you know.
Tua.
Thank you, Don, for putting those together and ruining the joke. We're now SNS back. Funniest show on the Renovision SNS. Make sure you check them out Saturday nights. Okay.
Thank you.
Way to ruin it, Dom. Okay, good job.
I don't see this one happening, JJ.
You don't see
I
that
think
one
it's
happening?
0% chance that they bring back.
I don't think it's well-known enough character, but I think it would be, to me, it's the perspective of, you could even do this as a story using anybody, really, but it's the perspective of basically being left behind to die by the good guys and basically hating the good guys, only to see that, that fuels your hatred, and then, kind of get a redemption arc, I guess, at the end. But even though it doesn't
I'm
save
amazed
anybody.
you remember the story. Like, that's pretty impressive.
I got the book right here.
This
Yeah,
story
you
sounds fucking.
you've never read it.
It's
I
the
read it a long
story-
time ago.
Darth Vader and the Cry of the Shadows.
I read books a long time ago before you were even
I
gagging
don't
my thought
remember how
in
you were,
your
though.
loin.
I would wait to hear this story sounds horrible.
It was one of the few. So it was one of the few Dark Horse minis. Dark Horse had a lot of these Vader minis. I think there was like 4 of them.
No, they had a shit ton.
Ghost Prisoner, Ninth
Yeah.
Prisoner, or whatever. I forget what it was.
Outside of the shadows, inside the shadows.
They're all like 4 to 5 issues.
I think
They were
JJ
solo
secretly
runs.
wants to be a farmer. That's what I got out of the story. Like, he's a dragon. He wants to be a farmer. I don't know.
I've always liked the story of kind of somebody turning on Vader or whatever, or seeing the true dark side or something like that, leaving the Empire.
This is right up there with Vader's stalker girlfriend. Remember that one?
When he rode the horse.
You mean Sabe?
No.
No, the other one.
The one he
crazy
stabbed.
one.
The book with the shadow, Vader's shadow.
Stupidest book ever. Vader is a
So this is a no. This is just a no.
No, this is a no. No, sure. All right, what else we got?
All right, let's go to the next. So I came up with an interesting. There's no Star Wars Father's Day specials. There's a lot of Father's
That'd be kind of
Day
cool.
Star Wars. We get no Star Wars Father's Day. So how about a Star Wars Father's Day special called Tales of the Fathers? Dom's gonna like this one. I think the very first one here. Good old Jaster Merrill.
That'd be nice.
So Jaster, for those who don't know, is Jango Fett's adopted father.
This is gonna happen.
He was basically originally a Mandalorian protector, which a Mandalorian protectors are kind of like the cops of Mandalore, I guess you could say, or peacekeepers of Mandalore, whatever you want to call it. He takes the moral side of being a Mandalorian warrior very supremely high. He actually kills a superior that he finds to be corrupt. They end up banishing him from Concord Dawn. He kind of adopts his own code, which is like, Mandalorians should be able to be these mercenaries, but you should operate on a code of supreme morality kind of thing. And basically, he runs afoul of Death Watch. But Death Watch is the group that's kind of like the terrorist group of Mandalore, more or less. They're kind of ravaging things. He saves Jango Fett from one of their things. That's how he becomes Jango Fett, teaches them this code. Eventually, the Death Watch
AKA the Mandalorian story of Mandalorian.
He gets a tragic ending when they track him down and kill him or whatever. I think this would make a great story. It features a character we know in Jango Fett that most people like in Jango Fett. It combines the origin of Jango Fett and this story. I think the downside would be what Marco just said, which is they kind of hijacked this story, at least in a couple ways, by telling the story of Din Djarin.
I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think that's terrible because of how, or that would get this book up. I think that causes more of a likelihood because, as you know, at Star Wars, like cinema, TV, movies, they like to use the same themes over and over that you're already familiar with. This one gives you 3 options. Okay, it gives you an ability to move away from using the Australian guy or New Zealand guy for what's the guy's name? The actor
Tamir Morrison.
Tamir Morrison. It gives you an out to use him because the next thing you could do is show a guy, which something you didn't mention. The armor that he's in is very similar to the Boba Fett armor, so you can easily make it the Boba Fett armor, which is the Jango Fett. You know what I mean? You can easily make it the Boba Fett armor. He has the adaptation to Jango Fett. They've already referenced that through the chain. So you've already got an acknowledgement for it there. And then third off, we've seen the Djarin thing getting saved from the Mandalorian. So we've seen that theme that he is already and how Jester adopted, he stole a child, adopted Jango. So it has that common linking that we've already seen in television. So I have no doubt that this, like, first off, this series right here, open season, is great. Like, if you haven't read these or bought these, it's great. Look out for the trade too. The original one. That's a book.
Are you telling me this is better than Darth Vader: Cry of the Shadows?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. It is. No, this is actually really good. It's a really good series too. A little bit pricey, but I mean, it is what it is. I think they made a Legends out of this though, didn't they? So you can get that because the original Dark Horse trade paperback, if it's not falling apart in good shape, is hard to get to.
Oh, it's
so
like $50. Yeah.
So but be very wary. Once again, preface it. If you're going to buy the Dark Horse trade, make sure that you see inside pictures because the glue on those trades is not good. They separate all the time. So good luck with that. I actually went buy the trade. You couldn't get me to buy the trade. I don't buy it to resell it. I don't buy it to have it. I have one, but that's it. And that's
I think one of the more interesting aspects too of taking stories like these, like you can expound on these stories. So each Tales thing is like 3 episodes, right?
Yeah.
One is kind of like a beginning, a middle, and an end of that character's tale.
You can say like 2 characters and 3 stories each.
Yeah. So I mean, if you take, I for one would be very interested in seeing like the Mandalorian protector side of thing, like his Jaster Merrill's like beginning. Because a lot of the Mandalore we see in Clone Wars and Rebels and stuff is like after all the chaos has happened, right? After the Civil War and Death Watch has become prominent. But I'd rather see it like, what was Mandalore doing before that? Were they, conquering worlds? Like, what did they do? But
it's not like Mandalore hasn't been a theme they've kept going back to. And by the way, that's such an easy Tales of the Mandalorian. If they do a Tales of the Mandalorian, this is it. This is what they are doing. Like, don't get it twisted. That's 100% what they're going to do. So,
and it'd be worth doing it because I think Jango is going to be in the in Tales of the Underworld with with Cad Bane, because remember, Cad Bane was friends with Jango, and he took Boba Fett under his wing when Jango died. So you could possibly see Jango Fett in Tales of the Underworld.
Possibly. I don't think that will happen, but possibly.
This is why the show was so clean last week, because me and Dom weren't on it. So
yeah.
Why
it's so fast.
Some of the things I said.
So fast
it
and
makes
easy.
sense.
It's both of you. It was so fast and easy last week. It was amazing. We had such a good time. There was no friction. Yeah. It was so much easier.
That doesn't make any sense, but okay. All right, what's up next?
So the other half of the Tales of the Father is a story that I've always liked. So I think in comics you saw the Tales of Owen Lars, and this is actually a good story from the first Star Wars run. Everybody kind of thinks that first Star Wars Marvel run when they got the license back was crap. This is Star Wars 7. This is the Journals of Obi-Wan Kenobi, basically.
Journals of Obi-Wan is really good.
Yeah. It's basically issue 7, issue 8, 9, 10. But the interesting part to me is that when you think of Owen Lars, you think usually the original trilogy, right? Kind of think of this guy that's kind of a dick to Luke a little bit, although Luke's a big whiny kid, but at the same time, he's kind of a dick. He's like, you're gonna work on the farm, Luke, and you're gonna do what I tell you, type of thing.
He just doesn't want him turning into his dad.
Yeah, exactly. But you don't really get that feeling so much as you don't see him being a dad, I guess. You see him kind of being more like an authoritative figure that just kind of bosses Luke around. The part to me that's interesting about this is you get to see Owen actually be a dad. He actually cares about Luke. They talk about how much he cares about Luke. They give him his perspective. At this point on Tatooine, there's what they call it kind of the Water Wars. It's basically the Hutt cartel imposing a tax on everyone. And this water tax means that this drought that they have is horrible, especially for the moisture farmers. And basically everybody's literally either dying or has no money, whatever. It's all under the control of the Hutt cartel. Well, one day, Luke sees how bad this is, and he sneaks away to try to basically steal water, gets caught.
Yeah.
The tale then revolves around Obi-Wan Kenobi realizes this too, and so does Owen Lars, and they actually team up basically to rescue Luke from the Hutt cartel, and they have a showdown with Black K. So it's actually a really good tale. I always like this. I think it would make a good kind of Tales of the Fathers thing, and be a good representation of Owen Lars beyond just that kind of guy who bosses Luke around.
I mean, now that we know that they're not doing a second of Obi, I think this has got a stronger possibility of being a Tales. I don't think under Tales of the Father, but Tales from Tatooine or something to that effect seems like it's very, it could be right up the alley of that type of thing. And this thing sets itself up for it so well because it gives you tons of characters that you know already. Just so many familiar characters.
We get to see Black K in something where he's not skipping away at the end of it.
Yeah.
He's actually an intimidating 7-foot-tall Wookiee.
If you're Dave, right, or John, you have to be oh man, I want a retake of that. We screwed that one up bad, right?
Yeah.
So I can see it. I can dig it.
Anybody else? No?
Wayseeker never read it. You can't read comics.
I read it. It'd be fine. I don't really want Tales of Tatooine. I don't want to go back to Tatooine. But
yeah. I guess that's the negative. That's a negative for it. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind making it just about Owen not having been in it, to where it's Owen saves him, and that's kind of a reason why Luke eventually looks up to him as a father, because he did take care of him and save him. So Ben can't always be there to save him, although he's living in a little hut in the
I think it is more. There's a lot, if I recall correctly, there's a lot more Owen in this than there is Ben. But it does flush out. It flushes out Owen's character a lot better.
Mm-hmm. And Owen even gets a good lick on Black K. So
he does.
Yeah, so next is Tales of the Troopers. So this is going to be the inverse of Tales of the Clones. This is going to be the stormtroopers of the Empire and even type of thing. So first up, one of my personal favorites is Sergeant Trill and the Scar Squadron. So for those not in the know, Sergeant Trill was a character that was actually introduced when he was undercover for Vader. He was basically spying on Luke. He kept Luke alive when Luke was trapped in the arena. Or I forget exactly what the name of that thing was. But he also eventually rises through the ranks of Vader. Vader trusts him enough that he becomes the commander of the Scar Squadron, which is basically like Vader. Think of it like the 501st Legion, but instead of this open public army legion, it's the clandestine arm of Vader, basically, where they go and do special operations. They're specially trained troopers to do special things. They each have their own. They're basically the Bad Batch, only stormtroopers.
They're the base. They were the basis of Bad Batch, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
this would be great. I'd be all in on this.
Yeah.
I think people would enjoy that love comics. I mean, people always want to know more about the Scar Squadron. That's why they brought him back in that 5th anniversary comic.
Also, too, what it gives a lot of credence is, remember, they like to do themes and stuff we already know. We know Bad Batch. This is the opposite version of Bad Batch. It's a home run. It's easy. It's easy, and it works in that small content area.
It's the Bad Batch.
Yeah, it's the Bad Batch. The Empire. Yeah, the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
So I get it. And yeah, plus Creel carries a lightsaber. Did we mention that?
Yep. No, I did not. Yep. One of the few. And I think it would be. So again, you kind of have those 3 parts things. I think you kind of start where the comics start, more or less, which is with Creel kind of just on his own, being undercover, and then taking over Scar Squadron. The only problem with this one is I'm not sure where you would end it. Would you end it with like them getting like wiped out, or would you end it with like basically them like living through the Empire and going their own ways at the end? Like,
I think they wipe them out. I mean, I don't think the story's enough to keep them going on forever.
It depends if you're going to do it as 1 or 2. If you do it as 1, you wipe them out. If you do it as 2, you leave it open-ended, and then the second part is how they end up getting wiped out, become farmers on a freaking thing, and that type of stuff.
Everybody do all clones want to be farmers?
Yeah.
Yeah, clones. That's all they want to be. Like, if you watch Clone Wars, who was the clone that turned? There was a clone that turned into a farmer, right?
And we saw Bad Batch. Their friends became farmers on that planet.
Yeah, I know.
Clones, when they're done, they end up being farmers.
Or they run away to be.
These are regular humans. These aren't clones. That's the whole thing.
I mean, that's all they do. Yeah, that stupid island too. They just farm.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. That's a good point, Don, but close enough.
I will say I know a few veterans who, after they got done with the military, they did go on to be farmers. So there's something in that, I think.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like looked at like, at least traditionally looked upon as like a peaceful type of life. So I think that's probably why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where they can meditate afterwards and still work their farm.
But yeah, so I don't know. I would almost prefer this story kind of being how it's the Bad Batch. The Bad Batch got kind of a happy ending. I think this you'd almost have to go with like what Wayseeker said, where you kind of wipe them out at the end in some way.
Hey, I'm not mad at
it. Could be a heroic or a tragic ending, however you want to put it, but I think it probably ends with them dying, probably.
How cool would it be if Vader came in and just Vadered them?
Yeah, could be. He did that to people all the time. He just killed them because one reason or another, or they got too close or whatever.
Or no reason.
Yep. The other one would be, this one's going to be less popular. That would be
0 popularity. No, that's
like
0.
About your like sanity right now.
-5 popularity on this. -5.
At least let me finish the pitch. I struggled to. I'll agree with this. So this is Poe Dameramian's comic line. This is Poe Dameron 8 was kind of when you first learned his background. I'll give you this. He has a very interesting background. His name is Terex. He's originally TK-603. He was a stormtrooper at the fall of the Empire. Basically, it was the Battle of Jakku. They see their Star Destroyer and everything go down. Their commander's still with them. He conspires with another guy to basically just shoot their commander in the back and run away so they don't get captured by the New Republic. Eventually, he kind of rises through the underworld and even commands his own, basically, crime syndicate. I think it was called the Rank Gang or something. It was a stupid name. But, really stupid. But either way, he kind of rises to that power. And then he basically plays all these sides and ends up being a rival of Poe for a long time, and it ends up basically kind of allying a little bit, although he kind of doesn't really care what happens to the First Order. He ends up allying under the First Order's banner with Captain Phasma. So,
which, if you have a Phasma story, by the way, that's somebody who we need to bring back, Phasma, and I can see it happening in the Tales.
Yeah, see that, I think some of these things are so interesting, not because of necessarily the main character, but the characters you see come in around them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could have just created a Phasma story, but that's one thing or another that gets into a book. I was trying to pull more from the comics. But,
no, fair.
Yeah, it's fair. I don't think this is happening, and I won't be. I do think that cover's cool. I've never seen that cover before, though.
So. Yeah, so that's the Poe Dameron number 8. That's the Rod Reese. That's a Rod Reese variant. Yeah.
That's the Vincent Price as Egghead variant.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, to me too, his armor also reminds me of the Bad Batch. Like basically, is it's there on the kind of right, but it's where he paints the skull on an old stormtrooper armor and everything. Which one thing you gotta wonder is why don't these guys that are former stormtroopers ever actually get rid of their armor? Like you're supposed to be a stormtrooper in disguise or something. Like, why are you wearing it around? I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
So this wouldn't be less popular, but like I said, it's still an interesting story because you don't see those characters that kind of broke away from the Empire too often. So, except it's Tales of Redemption. This one I kind of stressed.
This has everything going for it because it already actually is a Tales of, comic line that we had in the past. So they love that.
Yep. You can now pick up. You can now pull the trick that they pulled in the first series, where you all can go pick up the Old Republic called Tales of the Jedi Redemption, and it has nothing to do with the one I'm about to pitch you, just like in real life. So, first up, we have Anakuro. Anakuro, also known as the Dark Woman. Basically, this character kind of came up through trained a lot of initiates or whatever. One of the initiates that she tried to train and failed at was Aurora Singh. Aurora Singh actually ended up killing Jedi. She felt guilty for it and imposed self-exile upon herself, leaving the Order. She eventually returns during the Clone Wars era. Star Wars 13 is kind of the first comic where she comes in as the Dark Woman, but there's a lot more before this, including her first appearance. So.
Fair.
I mean, I like this one because you tie in things that we've already introduced into canon into her story, like the brash vow, like totally would line up with her self-exile. And she doesn't fit the Jedi. The Jedi didn't like her, right?
Nope.
They thought that she used unorthodox methods. She didn't follow the Order's ways. She kind of, messes with the Jedi in the way that they want to do right now. So I could see
she was
this
very
happen.
female Qui-Gon Jinn in a way. She kind of trained who she wanted to train, and as long as she wanted to do it, and then
Mace hated her. Like all of the masters didn't like her.
Mace hated everybody, man.
Yeah, I mean, shout out down. Mace hates everybody
because she kind of used some of the dark side stuff sometimes, or she used mysterious parts of the Force, which she didn't think anybody Jedi should use. So it taps into some of the areas of Star Wars where we see them going. She also stole a lot of kids, so you can also go that route too. She didn't
including Conehead himself, Kiamindi.
Yeah. So
she does. Yeah.
She
rode around an ice cream truck for sure.
That's another interesting thing about her story is you're going to get a lot of interesting peripheral characters that you could or could not introduce. Like Kiamundi could be in there easily. He's a big part of her story, especially when she's introduced as the Dark Woman. You got the fact that you could go with Asherat Het, who is another interesting part of her story. When he comes
Sing
in
too. I mean, like with the Sing thing also.
A Sing tie-in. Yeah.
You know how they love the Sing tie-ins.
It has a lot going for it.
It does have a lot going for it.
Next one, I have a feeling.
Please.
Now, first, let me give you the pitch first before everybody goes nuts. Then I'll let Dom have 3 or 4 minutes of uninhibited, just whatever he wants to do. All right. So
slobber knocking.
This is Star Wars Force Unleashed graphic novel. It's Galen Merrick, aka Starkiller's first appearance. Yes, we all know him from the video game. Quick synopsis: he's born to a Jedi who was hiding from the Purge. Vader came in, killed his dad, kidnapped the kid, basically used him as his own apprentice to kind of hunt the Jedi, and eventually the goal was to overthrow the Emperor. They were both going to become powerful enough to overthrow the Emperor. But while siding with Vader, he encounters other Jedi like Ram Kota, who kind of change his mind. He waffles and eventually ends up turning on Vader. I think this would be a very interesting story to tell. One, although I hate to see another Jedi escape Order 66, because we've seen so many, I think it would be interesting to see his dad escaping Order 66, where he goes into hiding, how he ended up with his wife, Galen gets born. You could do all that in the first episode pretty easily. And then the second episode could be basically the very start of it is Vader killing his dad, taking Galen, kind of. But I think the most interesting aspect would maybe be in that second episode where you get to see how Vader trained Galen, because we didn't get to see that much in the video game. You kind of come in and he's young and fresh, but at the same time, like all he's doing is training with his droid, whose name I can't remember. But basically, he has this training droid that takes the form of other Jedi and uses their moves to try to train him. I think it'd be interesting to see if Vader trained him himself or if Vader ever checked in on his progress and kind of the relationship there, and how Vader kind of also the angle of Vader using him as the secret apprentice to undermine the Emperor. I know we see that story a lot, but you don't see it with Vader having his own apprentice. So.
I will say that if you're going to do it, this is the way to do it, right? Like we all agree. Like if you're going to do it, I'm not saying you're going to do it, but if you're going to do it, this is the way you're going to do it.
It'd be a way to introduce him, talk about him, and then kill him off and get rid of him so fans quit talking.
Yeah.
Right? So,
yeah.
But
you'd break Dom's heart if you did.
No, I don't think you would if you kill him. I think he'd be happy.
He can't do his,
He
can't do his story where like he's whispering from planet Earth.
Listen, I would just be happy if he became part of canon, and yes, he didn't survive.
See, that's what I'm saying. You go wild. People go wild. They already know he dies, so they don't. That's not the thing. They don't even have to kill him on screen. They can
just the thought of him being in canon would make us friggin' love everything about life. Because I tell you what, like, this is my favorite Jedi, man. I want to see something with this. It's not fair that you have other shit that's canon, and this can't be canon.
Your favorite Jedi.
Favorite Jedi.
Favorite Jedi.
There's so much wrong with the world.
Listen, look, let me tell you something. All kidding aside, I did like Luke, but when 1996 came and this came out, this shit was badass, and I freaking fell in love with this character. I like this character, and that's why I want this character to be canon. I want him to be canon.
Actually, this is what I'm going to be reading the novel on the plane. I'm reading the novel on the plane. This is what I picked up for my reading material.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I think this one's tailor-made for a good little 3-part arc. Get rid of it. Now you can say he's canon, like Dom said. The Starkiller fans are happy. The non-Star Killer fans are happy that they don't have to deal with the Star Killer fans being obsessed about it anymore. Everybody wins.
Agreed.
Everybody wins.
I don't know. Do they become worse?
They become worse.
It's like the what?
Why do they use them more?
Yeah, they don't want a championship.
Dead.
100 years, yeah, and then we're gonna get. Well, they did the one time, so they're gonna bring it back.
They brought Maul back. Why would they bring him
back? Why would they bring him back? Yeah. Let me tell you about the story where they brought this guy back.
Yeah, I will say, unfortunately, there is a really crappier story in the second game in which they use a clone of him, which is not really him, and then
that's you.
But clones are a big thing in Star Wars, man. So they
unfortunately.
But I would love this. I would love the idea of him doing this, have a nice, good story, good arc. Animated form. And just put him out there, and it actually would definitely please a lot of the fans. Yes, you'll have your damn fans that they want more, but I want more, But
well, too, the good thing about this being animated, you got all the pieces in place. Sam Witwer's not getting any younger. You probably have a hard time playing a 20-year-old Star Killer at this point, but you can use his voice, right?
Yeah.
So why not use it while you can? Get Witwer to do the voice and everything, and just be done with it.
Yeah, fair enough.
And next month, should they be May 4th? The Funko Pop is coming out of Star Killer. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Well, there's the fan you're talking about.
This is the one right here that Marco can't wait for. Tales of the Council.
I
love it.
Tales of the Council is the most boring name. I'm trying to make it sound interesting for you guys. Okay? It sounds like a college lecture that Wayseeker would go to.
Totally. I'd give it. I'd make you all listen.
We'll get more.
You would put it on. Nobody would listen, dude. Let's be honest. Nobody would listen to it. Let's be honest. We gotta be honest here.
So the first one, I felt like I needed a High Republic tale, and I felt like the one to tell the best would be Stellan Geos.
I agree.
You might say that sounds weird, but he's kind of that ideal Jedi that everybody looks up to. But there's a lot also that we didn't get to know about him. So
nope, it'd be great because you get to see how what's his name stabbed him in the back and took his girl. That's all. Elzar man.
Well, so he's the only one of that kind of trinity or whatever you want to call it to rise to be on the council, right? But I think the interesting thing to this series would be if you do it like in 3 parts, like we talked about, would be the prequel part, right? Would be kind of what Marco wants, which is like the thing we haven't seen, and that we may see at some point, but we haven't seen yet, is them being young. Elzar, Avar Chris,
and Elzar man banging Azon Chris after Geos takes her to prom. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We haven't seen that yet, but that would probably be the most interesting arc, I think.
I agree. And we've heard that they're going to go back before what we've seen already for High Republic, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I'm down.
And also too, I did like the story. Like I like his ending. I like that it's a definitive ending. They kind of burned his character. They killed him off, but he also sacrificed himself for the greater good, type of thing.
Fair.
So he's one of the few characters where I think they could do a lot and give a lot of insight from.
I agree. I love Stellan.
Yeah. So
of course you do.
If you're gonna do a High Republic tale Lucasfilm, here you go. Tales of the Council.
I mean, you can have itty bitty.
No, hold on. It actually you do it in 3 parts. You do it where you're doing him when he's young, then you're doing him covering like specialty with the 2, and then you get him doing either Venestra. I wouldn't even do Venestra, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing though. In a tale like this that revolves around him, he's the central figure in Phase 1 of the High Republic, right? So if you're gonna do that, why not take a central figure? And that's the way you build up the High Republic, is take the central figure and you get to see all the pieces around them. You can start off when they're young, they're being trained by Yoda, blah, blah, blah. They move into that phase where, now he's a master to Vernestra Rowe or something like that. And then you move into that phase of where he's now on the council and he has to basically run the base on Coruscant and all that, and ends up sacrificing himself at the end, something along those lines.
Yeah, that's fair. That's real fair.
Yeah. Cool.
Last but not least, I actually had a different character in this spot.
No, I think this is dope. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, this would be one of the best. So I was going to originally do Yaddle, then I remembered that Yaddle's basically in Tales of the Jedi Part 1, where she faces Dooku and all that. So I skipped that. I went with Jocasta Nu, who I think is a story that's criminally undertold.
For
Jocasta
sure.
Nu is actually a really good character. For those who don't know, she starts off she doesn't start off, but she rises to the ranks. She goes on the council, then actually leaves the council and becomes the chief librarian of the Jedi, which is kind of all you see her as. You see her as this character who's just this old grandma type of character. They roll out to explain things to other characters. But the very interesting thing is,
she's also a badass fighter too, by the way.
Exactly. In the Darth Vader comics, the second run through 8, 9, and 10, you got the story of her basically protecting the archives and the list of Force-sensitive users and all that from Vader and the Grand Inquisitor coming in. And she kills the Grand Inquisitor, takes on Vader, basically steals it. At the end, she tries to basically off herself. Vader ends up killing her before she could do that. But before she does that, she actually convinces Vader to destroy the list himself, convincing him that the Emperor would basically use it against him and the rest of the galaxy.
Yeah, but here's the other thing too. She has a lightsaber gun.
Yeah.
Yep. But this to me would be one of the most interesting. Like if you did it in 3 parts, where one part is like her early life, where she rises to kind of be on the council and everything. Like we have no idea about this character's early life. We see her all the time as a grandmother type character. You don't see her ever as a young character. In battle, research, whatever it is for the Jedi, you never see her like that. So I think it'd be great to see this character. Kind of like we saw Dooku in Tales of the Jedi, where you saw him as a younger person training Qui-Gon Jinn. I'd like to see something like that for this character.
Yeah, you batted 8 out of 10. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah,
you take away, the Darth Vader one, and you take away the Poe Dameron one.
You didn't like Terex?
So that's pretty
Terex
good.
Didn't sell you?
Pretty good list. No, you didn't sell me on Darth Vader. Yeah,
or Hawk 2. Yeah,
and the Poe Dameron one. Those ones you didn't sell me on.
Poe Dameron works if you're going to the fast lane.
They can do so many different things with this stuff. It can last for a long time. You have so many things. Like what they should do is, all kidding aside, JJ, this is really good with the comic books. They can always take the inspiration from the comic books, do the animated series, and of course they're going to change the way things are because the way Filoni is when it comes to certain things. But like here. Like the Cara Dune, the friggin' book, they changed the origin of Cara Dune in the Bad Batch. What they did with in the first episode of Bad Batch. So you could take the comics and use the story, but it doesn't have to be the exact story. Like the Son of Dathomir, you could put the Son of Dathomir as a Tales too, and you can change it around a little bit. And that
You don't have to. You can just do Son of Dathomir as Son of Dathomir.
I mean, Son of Dathomir is supposed to be a cartoon.
So it's supposed to be a cartoon, but they never did. Yeah.
So
that's one that probably comes up as Tales.
Yeah. But it would be kind of cool. But it is kind of cool if they do this, adapt comic books into the Tales, and it definitely won't be basically what the comic is. You'll have 2 different stories, but you'll have the first appearances in animated form. The comics will actually start to have a little peek to it.
I mean, the comics are full of really good stories. Like, I know we kind of knock their stories a lot.
Well, there's some real bad ones too, but
a lot of weird
there
shit
are.
too.
But like credit where credit's due. Like, this was of this 2017 Vader volume or whatever. This is probably one of the best stories.
Yeah, you're not lying,
right? I mean, so why not take the best of the stuff that you have and use it for?
Take the Afro stuff. Take this stuff. Rock and roll.
Yeah. See, Africa work in Tales, in a Tales story.
I want a full series.
I want a full story too, but they can introduce her. You know, that's the whole thing. I like certain characters, like from Paul
If you're gonna do that, you introduce like a side character to Afro story, like
you did K,
Doctor
Black K or Magna Tolvin or not. What's the great? What's the
father? What about a father? Introduce a father in a story and then introduce her later on.
No, I mean you already have Black K, so you can.
But what was the one that? What's the one that you love? The crazy one that she works with.
Says.
No, not Santa Staros.
We already chat on that last week.
No, but there's one that Marco loves so much. I mean, you can find a way to like move the story in that direction with Tales, but you don't want her to be introduced in Tales.
Yeah, I mean,
she's too popular.
I think a lot of times the Tales like anthology thing works best as, you know, as much as I knocked last week, I kind of knocked them doing Morgan Elsbeth, but they also did Barris Offee. Like, Barris is a type of character where I want it in a Tales series. Like, I just want 3 short tales basically about this character. I don't need more. I don't need less. Absolutely. Like, these type of like kind of side characters that we find interesting, but we haven't seen much of, are the kind of characters that I think would build the best for something like Tales. And you can use that to backdoor intro, like Wayseeker said, like other characters like Afro, but in order to basically put it in the context of like a side character and then introduce a main character that way.
Do you think that's going to be you talked about it last week, but like they're using main characters here. They're not using side characters at all on this next one. I kind of think that might be a downside of this next Tales series.
I mean, yeah, but they're also telling us, I think they'll maybe do it a little bit differently, where we've seen, like I said, traditionally we saw the 3 episodes that kind of told them, you know, kind of through time of that character a little bit. I think they're going to focus this, like, I almost think that Cad Bane's entire 3, almost all of it, all 3 of his episodes are going to be like a prequel. It's going to be Cad Bane that we've never seen Cad Bane before. We've never seen
his origin story, how he became.
I think it's going to be his origin story. And I think it's going to be the opposite, I think, for Ventress. I think the vast majority of what we're going to see for Ventress in this is going to be her after her quote-unquote death.
I agree with you, but she's not going to die again. It's going to be like it's going to be like an opening up of Ventress' story. Unlike Cad Bane's, was just telling like his origin, which I'm okay with origin, but like Ventress are just going to open up the story and like leave it hanging.
But just say if they use the Ventress story as a setter to a Path animated series with Quinlan Vos, you know, and have that, because I think a series with Quinlan Vos and Ventress would be kind of cool. You know, you have the Jedi, you could have bounty hunters, you have clones, you could have freaking goddamn Inquisitors, you could have a whole bunch of different things. You could put a whole bunch of characters in that series, and it takes place in that 10-year period of time with the Obi-Wan series and all that stuff like that, which would actually be really cool. You connect it, all the connective tissue, if they did something like that.
Anyways, what they might do instead is they introduce Voss into the other part, and then they use him in the next Tales. So then we see a Tales on Voss. Yeah.
I could see that.
That's more realistically what's going to happen.
Yeah, I still don't like Ventress being in Tales personally.
Nobody asked you what you like, dude.
Well, there's a reason. Is that what you like? Is what they like, and with is coming forward. So,
well, nobody cares. If they did Wayseeker, what Wayseeker like, it'd be viewing for 2 people, him and the child that he makes watch shit for some reason.
I'll give him credit in that they're kind of at least listening to, I guess, fan demand or whatever you want to call it, where kind of one of the complaints was last time around that, you know, kind of using these characters that nobody knows or Andor cares about that much, where now you're using characters that they do know and they Andor care about. I think what probably they need to do is find a good medium. Find a character like Jocasta Nu, for instance. We talked about that being a good one. That's a character that's been used plenty of times before. Like we've seen her in the movies, you've seen her in Clone Wars, everything, but you haven't actually seen. You've just seen her in this one image of her. You haven't seen her before and her after or anything like that. So,
I agree. I agree.
And you need to take her out a shotgun /
lightsaber
rifle and just start blowing people away.
No.
All right.
I agree. Good stuff. All right. Hey, real quickly, we're gonna get to toys, but let's look at. Should we look at it? I'm just gonna mention them.
Let's look at the
The Bartel's at 165, still 37 minutes left. The Tag and Bink is at $51, 30 minutes left, and the black, white, and red second print, $235.50. Didn't move at all. So we'll see where those go. We'll probably actually have enough time to get them in. All right, let's get into toys. Wayseeker, do you still have something?
We got the Edge of Balance, but it's quick.
Did you make slides for that crap?
I just have a title.
Nobody wants slides for that crap.
All right, so
I didn't want slides for that one. No.
I know some of this stuff we might have seen already, but we have some more leaks with the TIE Fighter pilot and the AT-AT driver's helmet. Lego, they're coming soon.
Okay.
Imperial helmets. You have Kylo Ren's command shuttle. That's coming soon.
But this is like the
box. You finally getting the box art. The box art of some of the stuff.
Oh yeah, but this is all we've had. There's 2 versions of this I think already, 3 Legos, but this is like the adult version or whatever.
This is weird. It's weird. It's the adult version, but it's only 386 pieces.
Well, that's because they figured out that adults aren't as smart as they thought they are and really have short attention spans nowadays.
True.
Fucking kids are better at putting Legos together, so they had to cut it down.
Dare you, sir?
They actually had 2 big expectations of adults. Turned out that they were mighty wrong. I don't know how they figured that one out. You ever go over anybody's house that's an adult and see the puzzle map where the puzzle's still not done yet? It's 5 years later. Yeah, well, okay. My point being, Lego should have learned their lesson there.
Yeah.
To be fair. All right.
All right, so we got a Kylo Ren helmet coming out.
Yeah, nobody cares.
We got some brickheads.
Why do brickheads always suck when they come out and are on sale and go on clearance, and then
they just do.
People buy, but then people pay them for a lot for them later when they miss them?
You got 2 things. Lego get the back. I guess that's the back and the front. But sometimes they're expensive. You ever notice some are expensive?
No, that's what they are, but never at the time. They always go on clearance.
Yeah, they always go on clearance, and then they're expensive later on. I don't understand it.
I don't understand it.
That's what I just said, Dom. Thank you. That's what I just said. Thank you, Dom.
Right. Cool.
I want to show you. See, it says Jango Fett Starship. This was the Slave One. They don't put Slave One's name on it. They're not putting Slave One's name on anything anymore.
That's not true.
It's not true.
It is true.
We like 6 months ago, they rolled out something that literally said Slave One on it.
They even, if you get the newer prints of the newer books, Slave One in the books are taken out. It says Starship in the books.
What are you talking
in the newer versions of the books?
I think that's true, but
that's not true at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, once again, not true. Thank you.
Like maybe in the kids' book, they might read a kid's book.
No, hey, the kids' book they do. That's true. If they put it in the kids, anything that is all ages, they don't say Slave One. If it's not, if it's above, 14 plus or whatever, they still put Slave One on it. We've already debunked this because they did that retro toy where they actually said it and it was a very expensive one. And it said Slave One on it. So
right, man, right.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but that's how it works. Later.
All right, whatever. So we're actually getting a clone.
Whatever. That's how it works.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm letting you know because you don't know. I agree. You don't know, so I'm letting you know.
I'm saying I would go back to look at that.
No, I hear what you're saying, but we literally did this on a show with you not 3 months ago and showed you the product, and it said it on there. And we said, "Hey, look, Dom, they brought Slave One back. Here you go." And then you say, "I don't know," but it was there, buddy. All right.
So this is brand new. We're getting a Camino training facility, which kind of interesting. You're going to be getting all the clones and stuff like that.
This looks boring.
Nobody's interested in
boring.
This.
No, nobody.
190 pieces. This can be.
Nobody said they were interested in this at all.
No.
If this was one of those little sizes that you get in your Easter basket, maybe.
There you go. Free giveaway from Lego for buying $600 worth of stuff.
I ain't paying $50 for this.
$50?
No, it's gonna be 20.
How much it would be? 190 pieces. What'd that be?
190. So it's 10 cents. It's 10 cents a brick.
It's not anymore.
It's
25 cents.
No, 20. No, it's about 13 cents a brick now.
13 cents a brick.
Okay, hey, it doesn't matter. It's not brick. You count minifigures.
Lego.
count stuff that's cool. This
I was
not
gonna
cool.
call it $29.99.
And these minifigures suck.
All right.
Who are the minifigures? Clone 1, Clone 2, and Clone
Unless
4.
they're all the
Clone
clones.
Garrett, clone
Put a lot of
Garnet,
effort into
and
it.
clone Cadet.
No, it's just Clone Cadet, and Clone Cadet. So awesome.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, we're getting Luke Skywalker Rebel Pilot brickheads.
Hey, how come brickheads when they come out always go on clearance and then like down the line they're very expensive?
This is why
Good question.
FNS is the funniest show on television right now because of you, Marco.
All right, we're gonna be getting this a little.
Hey, can't wait to see sweaty fat dudes take out their phones and weigh and take pictures of the back of every container while your child's trying to grab one of these.
I know, right?
Take up the whole aisle.
Wait, $10. $10 you can't go wrong with that. $10.
That's expensive.
Well,
Rumored
Ruben
only
for
have
eight minifigures
For a minifigure?
Yeah, minifigures.
That's pretty expensive.
That's
$6
expensive, dude.
tops.
Yeah, but they usually have
You're
12
talking about
figures.
for
They
one?
dropped it down.
Is
They
it-
took away 3
Wait,
figures.
is it 8? Is it 8 in the thing, or is it just
It
one?
says
you
Ruben only
get
has
a random
minifigures,
one.
usually 12.
That's expensive as hell. What are you talking about? $10
Well, that's
for
why.
one
This is
thing?
what all these fat sweaties do, because what ends up happening is there's one or two that they want, so they scan the back, they pillage it, take it, and then when you see that it's picked over, nobody buys any of the other
Hey, look,
ones and it has to go
Look at
clear.
Slave Lear right
But
there.
now they raise it up $10 so that they can make it out for clearancing out the rest of the shit.
Do you
You're
just
only
have
going to sell.
chases?
Yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Is it? Oh, there are chases. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, no, what it is typically, yeah, there you go.
There you
Whatever
go.
the rare figure that they hit, like Zeb is probably a rare figure, like not a chase so much as like
Well, the Obi-Wan,
they've only have one version of it, right? So it'll be worth more because there's only one version and it was in like a very expensive set. So they'll go and they'll pull out all the Zebs, and then you'll see it picked over. And like I swear to God, you just shake your head because you're like, dude, look at this fat one. Yeah, not Slave Leia. Well, yeah, she's not gonna be the one. That's what it's gonna be. Everybody's gonna be opening. These kids are gonna be opening, going, man, all I want is Darth Maul, and it's gonna be Slave Leia over and over again. So mom's gonna be like, what's this broad with angry face?
I'm just gonna be like beating up the kids for him though, because
Beating
they're
that
gonna
shit.
want all the Slave Leias.
It was $5. They give me $5.
No, but I mean, it's probably gonna be Ghost. The Ghost one and Zeb are the two that people will probably go for this
Yeah.
and pull it out. And they're
Well, we
just
don't even
gonna-
know if this is the actual
it's
figures that are
grown-ups.
beating.
It's Doms that are completely destroying this because then Dom's going to pay extra money for the shit on the internet when some fat sweat boy fucking blocked out 15 kids of getting what their enjoyment in life. And then, by the way, when that sweat fat ass has got diabetes and halfway dead and needs to sell his collection, it's going to be worth shit because no kids got hooked on any of this stuff because his fat ass was scanning fucking box tops. Yeah, I hate you people. I openly talk shit to them at this point. Like I do.
Now listen,
It's
probably
openly
some-
talk shit.
what the figures will probably be. There'll probably be other figures, but this might not be the actual thing. It's just so February 20. They're gonna have to what a year next year, just about in February. So
I'm just saying if those are the two figures, for example, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. By the way, you have my permission to openly talk shit to these cowards. They won't do anything. Same thing with the guys that steal
Next year
Pokemon
permission.
stuff.
Is there even a February 29th next year? It's not
Oh.
leap year next year, is it?
Well, if it's February 29th, it has to be.
I'm pretty sure it's not leap year next year, but let me
Check it out, Lacey. You're calling
Nope,
bullshit.
there's no
on-
February 29th next year. That doesn't exist.
No, well, what I'm saying is,
Out with the great content.
what I'm saying is,
oh, listen, that might be a typo. Who the fuck
but
knows?
what I'm saying is, if it's $9.99 on February 29th,
We'll see.
you know what I'm saying, man?
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll completely forget about this when it never shows up. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, next up, who leaked this?
Max Butte?
Yeah, Max.
Dude. You are only allowed to use stuff that gets leaked from what's that one dude?
Max bought them.
I know the guy you're talking about.
That's the only dude you're allowed to leak stuff from. Nobody else, because he's actually accurate. The rest of them not
This
accurate.
guy picked a date that doesn't even exist.
It could be a typo. It's like
That's,
freaking
a,
out
hey,
when
that's a sweet leak, though. That's a sweet leak. Do you think? Hey, do you think he knew that, or do you think he just fucked up?
Oh, you think meant to do it?
I don't know. We see what happens.
Well, it's definitely not coming out on February 29th, Dom.
I
You
know
don't
that.
have to wait. We know that's not happening.
When February comes, we'll see if anything is mentioned.
And if all of a sudden there's 29 fucking dates, I mean, there's some wild shit going on, but I don't think that's one that's going to be happening. We got some dumb shit going on in this country right now, but adding fucking days to February ain't one that's going to happen.
I know.
Especially considering people that are doing the dumb shit don't really like that month anyways. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got a wink for that one. We were perfectly clear where they're standing and their salutes are.
Cut days from February.
All right,
Yeah,
so
they want less days than that one. They don't want more.
So hey, this is probably dropping on April 18th. You got another Brickhead. You got the Phantom Menace.
Oh, dude, you know what's crazy about Brickheads?
Where's it go?
Like, they're always on clearance, but then for some reason down the line a couple years later,
they
expensive, bro. I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Is that a subtle commentary that Dom should have gripped all the Brickheads together into one group?
Yeah, well, you know what? When I put them up, man, I freaking just.
Hey, slow down. First off, don't spoil the sausage here. Didn't have time to go through the slides. All right, shut up, JJ. Shut up.
So wait, you're to blame. You're setting up your own joke.
All right, so October 1st, you might be getting this a 697 piece of one minifigure.
Whoa,
gingerbread. All right.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of crazy, though. What do you think that's going to be? How much?
I don't know.
Got to be 75.
Well, one minifigure.
I hope my mom. I'll tell you this: my mom's still alive. I'm buying this for her for Christmas.
Yo, one minifigure?
She don't care.
Yeah, it seems like
She just pulled that. She actually just put it out for Christmas. She don't give a shit.
I mean, the other one gave me 3 clone cadets. So
I know, right? Jeez.
What do you mean one minifigure? Are they having all those red fucking?
You just said one minifigure.
It said one minifigure is what it says right
They
there.
got to have all those things.
No. Did you get this from the same guy that did the February 29th shit?
Yeah, this has got to be it.
Yeah, via brick
tap, my ass. What did I tell? Dude, you could do Banta or whatever that guy's name is. There's also some other brick guy, but Brick Tap? No, never heard of him.
Tapping the brick.
Yeah.
He gets a picture with 4 minifigures and goes one mini. There ain't no 690s. What shit does that sense make? You ever see a Lego 697 pieces, one minifigure?
This guy's also from the UK because he's putting in pounds. So, like, what are we doing here?
These dudes are just making shit up. They're either stealing our wrestling content or our freaking props for that, or they're making up shit. They should just give the entire UK back to the Irish. That's all I'm saying. Shout out the Irish.
All right, so May 4th.
Horrible.
This is dropping Droid Factory in the Disney stores. In the Book of Boba Fett droids, which pretty cool.
Which fucking one are you looking forward to?
Hey, extra droids.
That's him. Phantom Tracks. Dom. If it's not Phantom Tracks, don't be putting it on slides anymore.
I know he's good. This dude. This guy's good.
Why do you want the droids from Book of Boba Fett?
It's not that I want the droids. I'm just saying people like the droids. What do you want?
Like droid sets. He's got a point. Wayseeker.
Cool.
Slow down. Hey, you can knock all that horse shit that he did with the guy with one minifigure and all that other bullshit. But here's the thing. Two things here. Wayseeker, stop. 2 things here. 1, Phantom Tracks. Legitimate source. That and the red whatever. Okay? And number 2, he's also right. People love these damn things. And to be honest with you, a lot of this stuff goes up in value. So that's number 3, Wayseeker. He got 3s. You're not going to shit on him for that. Okay? Take the leave and head off.
Book of Boba Fett. Droids in the Book of Boba Fett.
Okay, Dom, don't ruin what I just said.
I know. Thank you, Marco. But I got a rant for Book of Boba Fett anyway. Just go. Yeah.
Go ahead. What's your rant for Boba Book of Fett? You got 2 minutes.
Saying the fact is that we got no art book. We got no art book. The freaking goddamn accolade got the art book. We got no freaking the steel case freaking DVD that's supposed to be coming out. Still waiting on that shit. So come on.
That's how bad that shit was, though. I mean, for real, that's how bad that shit was.
You know what? It was bad, but if you pick out some things, it's actually world building for Mando. If you really think about it.
I'd rather not think about it because it gives me a fucking nosebleed when I think about it.
I know. Listen. Well, we'll see.
Mando was in 50% of it. That's the reason why.
The only good parts.
Yeah. So there's another Star Celebration Harris B-Wing.
That's
cool.
Coming. Marco's getting in for everybody too.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I might get this for my boy Dub. I know he collects this this squadron stuff. He definitely is.
Now we're getting things for people.
Well, just for him.
I see.
Okay, here's the other thing. Slow the fuck down. Slow down. Here's it. Here's the reasoning too. You know what I hate besides picking shit up for people at cons? Mailing shit. I don't mail shit. All the stuff I sell, somebody else mails it. I don't mail shit. So what you guys want me to do is on my vacation, pick up shit for you guys and then mail it?
Yeah. You don't have to mail it. You can bring it back in a suitcase. I don't care.
You can just.
I still got a box over here for Jedi that's 3 years old. I ain't mailed yet. I ain't
mail
mailing
it from
shit.
Japan. You don't even have to bring it back.
I'm not
Come
mailing
down from
shit.
Japan. They're gonna tear it. My stuff.
Hey, what's going on with the auction?
Marco's just throwing money around anyway. So like, what? What's
I
the
actually
deal?
no. I had we're having house guests to visit the house. That's another reason I'm tired. Yesterday I had to get out so many safes and so many other things out of here. I'm broke right now. I'm
You're
cash
not
short.
broke.
Well, I mean, I just don't have
believes you're
bags of
broke.
money sitting around right now. I'm not anywhere close. But what I'm saying is I just don't have bags of money laying around right now.
Sounds like a
Not anywhere close.
All right, so this is another limited piece. I don't know if it's limited.
violin.
It's a Star Wars Celebration exclusive. I go to the next thing.
What are you gonna? I'm not telling people I'm not telling people my traveling plan down.
No.
I'm traveling with the family. I don't want people to know.
All right, so these
initial secret.
these Force epic Force things, the figures. We're getting an X-wing fighter with Luke. It's like the 4+ the 4-inch figure.
4 points of articulation.
Yeah, that is it's a 4-inch line that they came out with.
Does he actually fit in the cockpit of that thing? Doesn't
Yeah.
even fit.
Yeah, no, he does.
Probably.
Like the old one, like the old X-wing, the toy one where you just slide in the front.
Looks smaller though. I mean, it's nice.
So this is coming out soon. So it's Luke Skywalker. Skywalker's Force Strike X-wing.
You know if those things shoot? Do they shoot the?
I don't know if they shoot.
It looks like they do.
I don't
It
think
looks
so.
like
They do.
I don't think so. I think they just
I
aesthetic.
don't know. I couldn't see when I.
Yeah,
Maybe they just package
he's
them like
probably
that so it doesn't break or something.
break. Yeah, probably better packaging. Stick's probably right.
So
Oh, that's ugly as shit. What the fuck happened to that guy's face?
I
Why
know,
you crying?
we're getting an Anakin.
Wait a minute! You can't give us art like that and then make the figure look like that. Are you out of your shit?
I know.
Are you out of your shit?
Pick these up if they're a celebration.
So who does he look like? He looks like freaking
Pick one
Steve
up.
Howell, freaking what's his face back in the
Wayseeker.
Thomas
No
Howell?
way. No way.
See Thomas Howell.
You would pay me to pick this up.
he looks like C. Thomas Howell. Look at it. Come on,
I don't know
man.
who C. Thomas Howell. Who's the fuck C. Thomas Howell?
He was in St. Elmo's Fire. He was
He's in Soul Man.
Soul Man.
Pony
Soul
Boy.
Man. Soul Man.
Pony
Great.
Boy. That's Pony Boy.
Like use great
Tony
references
Boy,
there,
yeah.
guys. Okay.
All right, so we have an Anakin coming out.
Red Dawn. Red Dawn.
Red
No,
Dawn,
that's
and we're
Red
getting a clone Captain Rex coming out. These are the newer ones that are coming out. So
Wow, these look.
it's
like
it's
shit.
more for a it's more
This is
for
for 5 and below, huh?
yeah 5 below. This is more for kids. This is more for kids.
No, this is for 5 and below. This is what this is.
Why is his guns blue? I don't.
Yeah,
even
you
know.
see, there goes Master Soul's lightsaber for $159.99.
Okay.
I actually gotta dig it. I dig this setup better. I don't know who he stole this from, Wayseeker, but whoever it is, his production value is a lot better than your production value.
Yeah, it is. I give you that much.
All right, so there's going to be more pieces, more toys that are coming out for Star Wars Celebration. You're getting a Jedi Interceptor. They have like a shuttle, like a I think diecast metal thing from
That's diecast.
yeah, it's diecast because it's a company. And then you have these statues that are coming out. They're going to be like mini PVC type of statues.
500 yen. That's cheap as shit.
Yeah, 500 limited to 500 pieces each.
But 500 yen is cheap as shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
It's like $2.
they're like many.
Toys aren't as expensive in Japan.
It'd be like mini like statues.
I might try to pick up a couple of those for $2. You never know.
And here we go. We got a couple of hot toys now. So here is the pictures of Ahsoka the White from the Ahsoka.
Pause. Wow. Oh, Ahsoka. You watch what? The what?
Ahsoka the White when she came out with the
That's not a thing, is
Gandalf.
it, Wayseeker?
No,
Yeah.
he's just because of Gandalf.
Ahsoka the White. That's what she's called.
That's what
No,
the
it's
nickname
not.
for her is.
It
That's
is.
what the
Oh,
name is.
I-
He's not
oh,
wrong.
That's what Lord of the Rings people call her.
You show
Well, I call her Ahsoka the White because she came back as a new person. She had
Yeah,
the
because of
she
Lord of
went
the
through all
Rings.
between worlds and came back different.
Yeah, but
Whoa,
she's the gray,
whoa.
but she's the gray Jedi, not white.
Well, great, whatever.
Great.
Anyway, so
Ahsoka
This
the
is
Grey
what-
is fine. Say Ahsoka the Grey for now on. I don't like that.
Okay.
That's still a Lord of the Rings reference.
It's still Lord of the Rings.
I don't give a crap.
Yes, you
So here
do.
we go. These are going to be cherry blossom versions that are going to version that's going to be at the Star Wars Celebration.
Bro, that
Looks
that
like the what?
stormtrooper looks. Hey, dude, that stormtrooper looks like, no,
Looks like
not
Captain
the one that's got
Blood.
the half-ass geisha coat on, dude. That
Yeah.
is not.
That's
That,
it's-
no,
Yeah, it's the
No.
same thing. It's with the Giza coat. They just side by side. Yeah.
That's not how you say it either. Geisha. My bad. I
Geisha,
said it wrong,
geisha,
and then he
geisha.
said it wrong too.
I said geisha.
That's my fault. That's my fault. I said it wrong. You just said what I said. That's all right. All right, go ahead. Yeah.
So,
the nerds. I didn't even put that up there, but
so here's another concept art. Is a concept art of Darth Maul. That's going to be another exclusive at the Star Wars Celebration. I want this.
why?
I like this shit. I like it, man. This is fucking awesome, man.
How much is this costing?
This is going to be about $275.
$275, and you got to pay how much to ship it back because you can't put that. It's going to be over.
Yo, you can't even get this in luck. This shit, they'll charge you a tariff bringing this shit back over.
Yeah,
I know, but I want this. This is freaking awesome. I like this. And you got Kingdom of Nerds talking about the.
No, we're not saying what Kingdom of Nerds.
I know.
Stop right there.
We already said it. Don't say.
I know.
Pause.
No, we don't
We
want
got
to.
Vader. So we got
This
Darth
is
Vader.
fucking terrible.
This is Darth Vader.
Where's 4 Deadly Venom? Venom, if you're in here, tell us which one of these are going to be hits. Because he knows. I mean, he knows.
This could be a hit, but, man, this could be a.
Well, if they're celebration exclusive, I imagine they'll all.
They're all celebration exclusive.
They'll all sell out. They're exclusive. Some of them.
I mean, they'll sell out, but not all of them become valuable down the line.
I know, but the Anakin will probably sell. This is the Vader Anakin, not Anakin Skywalker. Vader when he became the apprentice of Palpatine.
Thanks for.
Except for he's still got his legs, so.
Yeah.
Not Vader yet.
No, but when he arose as Vader, he was Vader. He wasn't Anakin anymore. Once he says arise Vader, he became Vader.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's how it works. Cassian Andor.
Damn.
Yeah. We finally got the Cassian Andor.
You gotta correct him. I know you want to get out of here, but man, that was bad.
I'm not even going to try to correct him on that one.
No,
I don't want to.
This is
just
not.
just go back watch the movies and shit.
This is not even a celebration piece. It's just they finally coming out with Andor.
That's a great likeness of him.
It is a great likeness of him.
Hey, let's cover this one more time down because nobody said shit when you said it. Say it again.
What? This is the Vader. This is Vader, the apprentice.
Let's go on.
JJ, you got anything to say about that, JJ?
Nope. Well, I'm moving along.
You got anything to say about that? Nobody, huh? Nobody.
Yeah,
Okay. Poe Dameron. Moving on. Poe Dameron.
Vader.
Moving on. Poe Dameron. Let's go. Nobody got anything to say about it. Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
so we got Cassian Andor.
Or Cassian Andor. Whatever. I don't
Totally
care.
the same person.
Same thing as we just heard on the last slide. Not the same shit. Not the same shit. Don't care.
We're getting a remade K2SO for
like
Andor.
that.
They're releasing
cool,
the K2SO under the Andor banner, which is kind of cool.
How much are these again? $250 still for this?
It's about 235, 250, 275.
No, $275. All right.
They're probably going to go up. So we got some fig pins. I want to show you the fig pins. This is a limited edition to 250 pieces. So this fig pin next to a regular fig pin, this is how big this is.
What's booth? Do we know what booth 2721
That's the
226
one
is
for
that?
celebration. Yeah,
Yeah, this is a celebration.
Is that Fig Pen's booth? That's Fig Pen's
yeah,
booth.
that's
Again?
their booth.
Yeah.
They have all the stuff there.
Dude, these will go fast, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You gotta be. They are gonna be gone.
Look, it has reluctant dancer Ula.
Hula, yeah. Pretty cool.
They didn't put Slave Leia in there
But
though.
it's only 250 too. Like
I think that's for
250
size. That's just for
on a
size
minute.
comparison.
Oh, dude, do you know what happens? So this is the big thing at Star Wars Celebration. There's like 12 booths that are just. I would say probably about 15 to 18% of booths are just pin resellers. So what they do is
Pins are big business.
they buy these before the fucking doors even open. You ain't got a shot of getting these. No shot. Just none. It's fucking terrible.
The VIPs, do they get in early?
No, it don't matter because you know who gets it earlier? Pin vendors.
vendors.
Yeah.
Vendors. Those are vendors.
It does not matter. I mean, you know, there's cases where, like, I think CGC is the dumbest one I've ever heard because they've tried to cut off the vendors from the day early submitting, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You should still let your people do it, even if you want to say, like, hey, look, you're not going to get them back till later. Just put them in a separate box and partition for that. You know, and there's always going to be a case where there's going to be vendors buying from vendors. I understand that. But, like, when you're having exclusives are the shadiest business out there, right? They just are. I mean, and I'm friends with people that do them, and some of them are legit, but the majority of people, you can lie about your numbers. A lot of people give them away or hold back, and they don't tell you how many they're holding back. Some of them give them to content creators to sell under eBay accounts. You know what I mean? Like, same thing. And then this pin stuff, like, they sell them to the pin vendors. You will have a pin vendor right across from the Fig Pen thing. And guess what? even if they limit this to 1 per person, they got 4 people working for them. They're going to have 4 of these pins.
Right.
So, I mean, those are the things they really need to exclude. Like that's the parts of these businesses that are bad and don't make it fun. Because it'd be cool. Like if you had a shop, 250 people, you sold it and you put in line, you could only get 1 pin or whatever. Make a difference. Do a lottery. That would be cool because your kid would get a shot at some of these. I don't know if you guys remember the last one I was at. I was with the kids and somebody luckily held back a Sabine Wren for us, which was really cool because my daughter loves it and still has it to this day. And it was a very special moment for her. That builds it. That's exactly what I was talking about, those Lego figures, man. Like we can be collectors. We can also be resellers. I'm not going to act like I'm not one. We can be that. But
don't be an asshole.
You don't have to be a douchebag. And you don't have to cut off your nose to spite your face.
You see that? I think this pin definitely is going to be a good reseller. People like Jabba the Hutt, and it's just all the detail on it, which is really cool. And 250 pieces.
I get it. Yep. I get it. But Dom, it's still I don't buy stuff from scalpers. And you shouldn't. You just shouldn't.
But I'm going to tell you this.
I know it's not going to help it. I'm going to tell you this. Don't buy anything from Japan.
But I'm going to tell you this. With the tariffs, all the newest stuff that comes out, people aren't going to pay $80 for a goddamn brand new toy. These after sellers, the secondary market is going to take off because people are going to go back to the old stuff. They'd rather take that money and buy old stuff than buy new stuff. I'm telling you, watch what happens.
No, that's not how people are. People don't care. It's called FOMO.
Yeah, that's not it.
Care.
They don't care.
But anyway,
Dom, you're going to buy shit from Japan, even though we've told you not to do it and overpay for it from Celebration of shit that you're going to put into. Hold on, shit you're going to put into a box and never look at.
But I know.
So I'm telling you, it doesn't not. Tariffs don't fuck. I said this before. People don't listen. They don't matter to people. Unfortunately, Dom, like you, that doesn't matter. You're going to put that on credit, and you're going to be paying it off for the next 5 years. And I'm not saying Dom's going to do that, but people of that ilk are going to do that, Dom. And it does not matter. It doesn't matter. I can tell you that if you don't want like stuff that hurts you and you're collecting, I can tell you not to do it. And guess what? Ruben doesn't care. He's going to do it anyways, even though it personally hurts him because he's spending too much money on this stuff. Like, you guys, I'll tell you this. Don't buy these pins. Don't buy them because the pin sellers are screwing people over and they're killing the hobby. But you guys aren't going to listen. I mean, I get it. I'm just speaking to the deaf. So,
all right, let's go to the next slide. All right, these are different pins they're gonna have. I don't know, they're not limited. I don't know if they're limited or anything like that. These are the first look there, so they're gonna be Vader shaped with like the Star Wars theme, like different settings inside. Like one's gonna be lighter, one's gonna be a darker shade, like Tatooine.
If it says Quest, you know what this might be. So sometimes Fig Pen will do this thing where you go around to different venues. And you can, if you say something or whatever, they give you like a little map. It's supposed to be for kids, but fuck, people ruin that shit.
Am I curious exactly how much big pin research Marco has apparently done in his spare time for this?
Well, I mean, I have kids.
A lot of big pin information.
No, because like my daughter likes the stuff. So like, and she likes that part of Celebration. I just know that it's like the last one was 15. I think 16 I went to, and they were already ruining it. And it's going to be a disaster. It really is just going to be a disaster because it's like, I won't pay for that shit. So yeah, that's probably what these are. If they are Fig Pin Quest, this is probably what it is. They're going to be at different venue stops. Yeah,
there's a couple of them. They're pretty. I think they're pretty cool. I stopped collecting Fig Pins. I have a few. You know, I was thinking of it just a minute. All right, so we're getting this 22-inch. Cad Bane statue from Sideshow. It's coming out. Don't price on it yet. It's pretty cool.
Is it just me or is it made to look like the Star Wars poster with Toto down there on his leg?
Yeah.
It's cool. Made to look like that.
All right, so we got some world records. Yeah, we got some world records. So the vinyl Jawa sold for $444,261. And then we got a proof card, $21,417. Proof card.
Wow.
That's rated wild. 80. So, you know what's funny? They're saying that people have no money. People have this. People have money. They're buying.
Nobody says people have no money. Nobody says that.
People who don't. Hey, you know who has money? People that don't buy shit like fig pens on the third market. Like, that's who has money.
People got lots of money.
You can say we don't have money. I got it.
People don't have lots of money.
I think you're both wrong. first off, a lot of the things that buy these at these auctions, you're either a high level collector, which means you have more money than you care about, anyways.
Yeah.
Or two, you're like a business that's going to resell it at some point. So, like, those are the only people buying things for $44,000.
I don't know.
It's not like every dude off the street.
No,
man is like, let me pay up $44,000 for this.
No, I know some people that just have one item, one very expensive item. Like they save up for one very expensive item, and $20,000. Yeah. Sure. So it's not just those two. There is the optional of the third. I mean, you want a proof card or whatever, and then sometimes they don't have one; they might have a couple. But yeah, I mean,
but what are the odds that somebody's holy grail is an IG-88 proof card?
Somebody out there. There's somebody out there.
No doubt.
Yes.
I got a regular proof card, freaking graded a 9.0 from San Diego Comic-Con. That's about it. And I paid less than $100 for it. So
you go sell it for $21,000.
Yeah, I wish.
Sell it now.
All right, here we go.
Hey.
Go to Ollie's. Look at Ollie's. Ollie's has a big deal. $4.99 for this. You got a Marcus.
I didn't do this. Dom did this. I love it. This is Dom so great.
Yeah. Look, so you got the Black Series, actually not bad. $5 each.
That's $5 for Black Series.
Yeah, $5 for some. You could get. Hey, listen, Dom. You could get the one of the guy that did the thing with Philly, where he yelled at Philly about being a bunch of losers. I like that guy over here on the right.
Yeah, freaking guy did Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. You get that sign from Bill Burr. Yeah, there you go.
He's actually got a show down the block from my job, and he walks by every day just about.
So go to Ollie's, buy that, give the sign.
Well, I'm driving up
to sign it.
South Carolina.
Dude, he wouldn't sign it. He'd like throw it in.
If an adult asked him to sign a toy, that would be Dom. Do it. You'll be on his next podcast. Like he'll be talking about you.
He's doing it. He is signing toys.
Guy comes up and down the street and asks me to sign a toy.
No, he'll be like, hey, and then what? These adults, they don't grow up. What the hell? Guy, I was like, hey,
I love him. He's a great guy.
This bum, New York. They talking about the rats. This guy over here, dude. I love Bill Burr. He's hilarious. All right, that's it. That's all we got for toys. All right, Wayseeker. Hold on. Let me see where the auctions are. How much time? Oh, shoot. They just end? Damn. They ended while we were doing it. We could go through the ends. All right. We'll go through the ends. My bad, bro. I was trying to do it, but I was having too much fun making fun of toys.
What we get?
I don't know. I didn't really look at them. I hate StreamYard. We spend too much money on this dog shit.
StreamYard, if you want to sponsor us, though, we're open to it.
No, we're not. Absolutely not. All right. That is them and Amazon, neither one.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
it ends in 4 minutes.
4 minutes. All right, we got 4 minutes on this one, so we can watch it for a little bit. That one ends in 4 minutes. We're at 165. We'll watch for the snipers to snipe. This one ended 235.50 for the 10-0. I told you, and I think Sticks over there came to the dark side too and was like, with how much, I don't know, with how much people think that's crazy cheap price for a 10-0.
And nobody, it's 17 bids. How much? It didn't go up anything. It stayed. Nobody.
It stayed the same.
Wow,
that's crazy.
That is crazy. I mean, it is a second print though too. I mean,
but a 10.
Nice. Yeah,
the 10's the hard part. Yeah, for sure. Let's look at Tag and Beak. Ends in 2 minutes, still at $51.
I think that's a good price for it. I don't think it should be worth any more than 50.
Yeah, I think that this person bidded $1 over.
Yeah,
what it should be.
But yeah, it's fine.
That's all right. 31 views in the last 24 hours. People are looking at this to see how much money they're about to lose. No, I mean seriously, yeah. You are looking at this and going, oof. Bad decisions made.
This book after
should have turned it to Dark Side, where we were always saying it's just a shadow, not a real first bird. Cameo at best.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Let's see what it goes. All right, what are we at with?
That one's coming up after.
Hey, you know, this is the problem with doing this. You know what's going to happen here, because they sit here and DM me, and all they DM now is the word snipe. That's all I hear whenever we do one of these is snipe. So we know people are going into snipe this. What do you think? $65? That where they're going?
Somebody's gonna overpay for it just because they want to
No, because they want to. Yes, they want to DM me snipe. That's what they want to do.
Yeah,
hey guys,
somebody will pay $65.
Don't snipe it. We're not actually.
Nobody wants this book.
Nobody wants this book on the panel. So like, if you snipe this book, it's not. We don't care.
I have a Bartell. That's the only book that I'd be interested in of the three, but I'm not paying $160 for it.
What'd you pay for yours?
I paid more than that now, but that was back in the day when everything was more expensive.
Ooh, I told you that book was gonna come down. People don't listen.
I know, I did, but I wouldn't pay that much now.
I always tell people buy raw and submit it yourself.
Too much work.
I don't know, like this, where this book's $50. Take a waiver.
Well, no, this is you're only paying what 10, 15 over what it costs to grade anyway.
Yeah.
So
at this point, trying to find a 9.8.
Too much work, and if I buy on eBay, it's never gonna be a 9.8 anyways.
Dude, I remember when I bought a set of these when this is big. Oh,
somebody got it!
Whoa! Look at that!
Holy cow!
You guys are you're whoever did that's a sucker. That is a sucker move.
Yeah.
109.19.
Somebody overpaid.
120 was that person's limit, by the way. Whoever, you know that. Whoever's trying to snipe that, you know that dude left 120 on it.
Somebody overpaid. But whatever.
Oh my God.
Else's money.
Oh my God. Well, hey, look, there's a 219 on. You got to reduce that price immediately.
Oh yeah.
Immediately.
Shit, $74 for a war copy.
I know that's too expensive. That's done.
This was good. This was good.
Last one, 57 seconds. Where are we going? 2.25.
I think it gets to 180. 180.
No. So hey, whoever's bid, yeah, whoever. Okay, I like that because whoever's the bid number I think on this one is probably 215, 225. So that's what he put.
It went up 165.
I know, but no, it's at 9. Yeah. But what I'm saying is the auto bid on this, the guy that put up whatever his auto bid is probably up to 225.
Here we go.
So,
up.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta see, but it's gotta be above 2. Probably 2.
I don't think so. I think it's gonna go under 2.
215. Let's do it.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I think if you're gonna beat whoever the 9 bidder is, whoever just bid, you're gonna have to get above 215 to outbid.
Can you imagine if this goes for 165 and Plagueis Shadow goes for
101? 101?
Yeah.
Oh my God, 165?
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's gonna drag down.
I'm telling you, like, this is why you don't buy hype books that aren't that good.
That's gonna drag down our variant list that we have to.
Well, I mean, it was hey,
a month or two.
Should have listened. All right, let's get off of this and we can get into.
Oh, look at the prices. Look at the prices. $415, $369. Yo,
yeah,
dude.
no shot.
Oh,
no shot.
Damn.
Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry for everybody. Hey, we're not making fun of you. Really feel bad for the guys that took L's on that. Except for
I think
Wayseeker.
$300 for mine.
Except for Wayseeker, only person we don't feel bad about taking an L on that. I want to make that.
That's why auctions are always
we are
good.
happy. We are absolutely happy that fucking Wayseeker's taking a bath
it's
on
always
this.
good to get auctions all the time.
The rest of you guys, sorry about it. We really do feel bad. Wayseeker, screw you. We don't care. We're glad you're taking a bath on this.
Appreciate you all. You're great.
No, not a problem at all.
Great friends I have.
Absolutely, 100%.
Love spending time with these people that love to,
Yeah, no, just love to see you do bad. We do. We appreciate it. There you go. You're getting yours. All right, where's JJ?
JJ back here. Where you at, JJ?
I cannot believe that Tag and Bink went for 101.
Yeah.
Whoever did
all
that.
Right, all right, we're waiting for JJ. All right. We're going to do it for Dom.
What?
You get to predict only one thing that it's coming out that they're going to announce a celebration.
Dom?
One. Okay.
Animated hold on. Think about it first.
Anything.
Okay. Animated series, Darth Maul. We're gonna probably get a freaking Crimson Dawn something with Darth Maul. Something with Darth Maul. Animated series.
Crimson Dawn?
Crimson
Did
Dawn.
you just say Crimson Dawn?
That's what he said.
Crimson out of all the Maul stuff, you're saying Crimson Dawn.
Because they went on. We want to see what happened when freaking Kira went to freaking goddamn Dathomir. You want to see that. You want to see that part of Crimson Dawn when Kira freaking left in Solo, the other Solo. You want to see that. Hey, look, I would love more freaking the Son of Dathomir story made in animation
Wait,
form.
hold on. Was Maul on Dathomir at the end of?
Yes, then the Solo. He told Kira to meet him on Dathomir. He was there.
Did he? I don't even remember that. I remember being in the ground.
We need the hologram.
Yeah, I remember the hologram. I just don't remember if he said meet.
He says, he goes, "Come to me on Dathomir." He goes, "We're gonna be working closely from now on."
I said I remember him say, "Come to me. We're gonna be working closely from now on." I don't remember.
Either way, that's your one prediction. All right,
that's the worst thing I've heard.
All right, Sticks, give us.
So you don't want Son of Dathomir? Or you rather have
Sticks? One prediction for Celebration.
I'll take. Here we go. I'm going to predict a new series of Star Wars Resistance.
No,
it's better chance than Dobbs, unfortunately.
Six might not be invented back next week either.
Listen, mudmen don't exist in Star Wars universe. Okay, that's it.
That's true. That's true.
All right, Marco, you're up. One prediction for Celebration.
Dom's gonna be extremely disappointed with the stuff that comes out there, and he'll say it wasn't enough, and they should have done more and blame Catherine Kennedy. That's my one prediction. That is my one prediction.
That's all you're giving.
No, I think we're going to get. I think we're going to get something live action. I think we're going to get to see, and not Andor. I think we're going to get something else. I think they're going to give us some glimpse, and not like, oh, here's the name boards of these 5 products. I think we're going to get a glimpse of something live action, and I think, well, because it's under the same thing, I think we're going to get whatever the Vision thing is. We're going to get.
Oh yeah.
So because it's Japan, they're going to give us the Vision thing. So I think we're going to get those 2 things as one. Like that's what their cinematic thing's going to be. And yeah, I mean, I could go through each genre, so that would be TV. I think book wise, we're going to get. They're going to release what they're going to do with High Republic after this phase. So whatever the new book thing is, the prequel to High Republic, we're probably going to get a release on that. And then comic book wise, we're just going to be sadly disappointed. That's it. What do you got, Wayseeker?
I'm with Dom. We're going to get an animated announcement. That's going to be the show. But I think it's going to be...
Not Darth Maul.
I think it's going to be High Republic post phase 3. So like older Bell, older Vernaga, older Vernestra.
Okay.
Animated show.
I think you're on crack.
Marco, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the panel and Natalie Portman walks out,
I'm supposed to go to the animation panel, and
Natalie Portman walks out for the live action for Ahsoka season 2. Who do you think she's gonna play?
Wait, what?
I'm saying if Natalie Portman walks out on the panel with the Ahsoka panel, and she comes out for season 2 of Ahsoka.
Natalie Portman, you're talking about the chick that played
Padme.
So is he?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen right at that point. You're gonna see me walk the fuck out of that panel. Walk the fuck out.
Hey, she's gonna be playing the mother, Abeloth. She's gonna take her form as Padme.
Wayseeker, why did you do this?
I'm telling you, man. Telling you.
All right, we got one thing up. All right, I'm gonna do the book review without JJ because I want to get out of here.
Because I can't deal with that. Whatever that shit was at the end.
All right,
what was that?
I don't know. Ruben says she's gonna play Sabine.
Sabine. Sabine.
She's gonna play. What's the other one?
Sabine, the freaking Duchess of Mandalore.
Oh.
No, not Sabine. She's gonna play Sebe or whatever. Whichever one's not that.
Sebe.
All right,
whichever one's not that.
I'm gonna say this. This book was great. I love.
Absolutely not. It was trash.
It's been horrible comic writers for a while.
100% trash.
He needs to stick to manga because manga gives him only a few pages and he's got to tell a story, and that's it. He can't like go on and like put on all of this stuff that doesn't matter. He's got to tell a short story, and he's really good at it if he's on track.
Yeah, fair.
And so I actually think this is a really good outlet for Jose.
And then he actually cares.
Yeah. So basically, this book is about one thing.
What?
Yoda versus the Great Leveler. They face off. And I think we wanted to see this face off, if we're honest. So the greatest of the Nameless versus the greatest of the Jedi. And that's the whole book is basically leading up to this battle. Yoda.
Hey, spoiler alert! Yoda wins.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
He's
but
still alive.
Great Leveler doesn't die, but we'll talk about that in a second. But basically, Yoda has to do all the Yoda stuff, saving people, right? So that the Great Leveler doesn't get it, but he has to come face to face with the Leveler. And what we learn is what we've already knew. If you knew what we talked about the High Republic, we already knew what do the Nameless really want? Marco, what do the Nameless really want?
What?
They want to go back where?
Dom's right. He does say come to Dathomir. That's all I'm saying.
Nameless want to go back.
I wasn't listening to anything you're saying. I was checking to see if Dom's right because I have to give him credit when he's right.
Well,
Dom, you're right.
I gotta talk to somebody here.
Darth Maul does say because nobody cares, Wayseeker. Absolutely nobody, including me. It's my show.
The Nameless.
You're doing a book report on a 20-page MAGA, and it's already been 5 minutes. Okay, go ahead.
I've been 5 minutes. We basically learn he uses empathy. There you are. To figure out what the Nameless want. We'll go back here. I love this, JJ.
Do not go back.
What did you think?
Only go forward. I liked it. It was pretty good, actually.
I think this is like older sweet spot. Give him one story that he can tell and not do sidetracks, and like he's stuck to a story. And
it was a little. So my only concern is that, and this is probably this way with all High Republic stuff, not just because it's older, but there's a lot of like he tries to cram kind of some connective tissue and backstory and stuff into the beginning. I felt like that was the kind of, I feel like if I didn't know about the other Edge of Balance books or I hadn't read them or something, because you probably wouldn't know much or care much about that. And I don't know. Listen, it started off soft, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah, I agree. You can skip the first 20 pages.
Yeah. And be
just
okay.
get to the Yoda versus the Leveler stuff.
Yeah. And once he gets to the guts of the story, which is Yoda versus the Nameless or Leveler, it turned out to be pretty good. There's the parts where he's a little narrating with Yoda's character, which is weird because of the way Yoda talks. Like I feel like there's like an inner monologue in Yoda's head, which normally wouldn't probably matter too much, but at the same time, because it's Yoda, it just seems odd a little bit. Yeah. Other than that, it was actually that. I'll say this much: like I kind of like. I think this is a Taiwanese artist that does this, but they did a great job with the art. I love the art.
They did.
For this. Yeah, the art was great.
Like the scene with like Yoda having blood coming down from his eyes. Mm-hmm. There's a couple other.
Let me see. Show me some pages. Let me see some pages. I don't know. The pages look like.
I don't know if he copied any pages.
Let me give me a.
Nope, that's Marco. That's empty seat, Marco.
Yeah, empty seat. Really quick. Let me see what the.
If you can see.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, art's good.
Oh, it's good.
Art's good. Yeah. Yeah, we know it's the Great Leveler because we see who this person has killed, and it killed Kevmo and it killed Reyna and all these other people that only the oldest one did. So I thought that was a great way of like telling us it's the Great Leveler without like giving us the whole history of the Great Leveler too. And so it's like the best of the best fighting off against each other.
That's another thing though, where I wonder, like, if you didn't know all that, like, if you hadn't read the other High Republic stuff, how lost would you be in the fact of like, But you don't really. You also go through the story not really needing to know it's the Great Leveler. It's right. It's kind of a clever nod, I guess.
I that's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've said this over and over again. The way to beat the Nameless is they got to go back home, and Yoda sees that in the vision. Like he asks, like, what do the Nameless want? He uses what Buryaga taught him that, use empathy to connect with the Nameless. And the Nameless show him a picture of Planet X. Right. And so like all the Nameless want are to go back home. And we already know who has the coordinates. This is the one thing I don't like about High Republic is we knew how this thing was going to end 2 years ago, and they still haven't figured it out in the books yet. Like Vernestra has the code that San Martica, whatever, gave her on how to get to Planet X. Mm-hmm. These hidden, hyperspace coordinates.
Which we happen.
And I don't know why we haven't. Why we're waiting 4 years to figure out that? Yeah, that's how we get them home. But it is what it is.
Which Vernestra has visions too, so you think we would have already known this?
Like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of plot holes. In a solo story, this was a good solo story.
Yeah, it was a good If you read it as a self-contained story and don't really worry about the intricacies of the High Republic, it worked out pretty well.
Yeah. So, I liked it. So we got a book to cover in 2 weeks.
This is at like Barnes and Nobles, or where is it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
We have most bookstores, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, pretty much anywhere they sell books. It's Viz is the publisher.
Comic stores will have it. I had a comic store here.
Comic stores that sell manga will probably carry it because they carry Viz stuff.
I might look for it.
So it was good. We're gonna cover Into the Light. It came out 2 weeks ago in a couple weeks. We'll make sure.
Are we?
We are. The audiobook.
No audiobook, no review.
The audiobook comes out on Tuesday.
Oh, does it?
So if you want the audiobook, you have no excuse for that one. Or whatever the 16th is, Wednesday, whatever day that is. But the audiobook does come out this week. So you can...
I suppose I'll listen to it then.
Yep, you can listen to it. So anyway, Marco fell asleep getting ready for celebration or something. I don't know where he
You
went.
probably got called up. Hey, you got to get your butt up here to help me pack.
Okay. He's leaving for the airport already.
He probably already left. Oh, shit, I got to be there at 2 a.m.
Yep.
Oh, that's at 7.
Yeah, that's a 2, buddy.
Did you guys go over what you wanted for Star Wars?
We already went over, but we haven't got yours. What is your want? We only do one thing.
You're glad you missed some of that dumb shit.
Celebration.
Mine was the best.
No, yours is terrible.
You know what? I kind of just want a little bit of concrete news on like the movies, particularly. I would like to see them give us something, at least like a little bit of a teaser or something on Mandalorian Grogu, so we can kind of figure out, where in the Mandalorian timeline it takes place and kind of what it's going to be story-wise, maybe who a villain's going to be, something like that. But yeah, that's really about it. I don't have anything crazy. Like I don't want Thrawn to show up and team up with Darth Maul and go on like a world-ending rampage tour or something like that. No, I don't want any of that. I just want simple stuff. I just want like little news on the movies, like little concrete news, maybe.
We should get that. Simple.
Yeah.
Simple.
I'm a simple man of simple needs. That's all I want.
I'm a simple man making his way through the galaxy with my father before.
Marco, I wish I was jealous of you going, but with how much of a train wreck everything sounds to be, like I don't think I really would want to be going if I was.
I don't think it's even a train wreck.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You're right. It's a lot of stuff's a pain, but you know what the best part is?
Kids.
Nah, I'm me, bro. So it's never gonna be bad. Like, fuck. Are you kidding me, son? Let me explain something to you.
I fear for the country of Japan.
Yeah, I'd be scared if I was Japan too.
I'm afraid for the fish in Japan.
Marco's gonna be like,
the whole thing's got to worry about it. Because if you think my kids aren't like me, you're wrong. You're getting a whole bunch of me's coming over there. It's over, dude. It is over. I mean, I've always said, don't give broke people money because they get stupid. And like, I got lots of money, so it's gonna be real stupid over there. It's gonna be fun, dude. And this is the best part. I found out how cheap all that shit is. I wasn't just doing it till the other day because even my wife, she's like, well, maybe I'll help you test some of the stuff for the camera or whatever. I'll wear a mask and stuff. I was like, yeah, that might be cool. She's like, hey, it's a lot and blah, blah, blah. I go, but hon, did you see the prices on stuff? She's like, yeah. I was like, it's like $3, $5, $7. She's like, $7 is expensive. I said, for con food though. I was like, we don't eat at con, so we don't know how expensive con food is. That's pretty cheap for what the shit they're giving you over there.
That's cheap.
It's cheap. You're gonna get. Wait, you're gonna put me in a place where shit is cheap?
Yeah, you'll find some stuff's not so cheap, especially in like a tourist area. But yeah, but like that, that they're giving to you at a pretty good rate. Like the stuff at the
Dom, did you just die over there? You okay?
I got bad sick, man. Fucking getting over it. Well, I'm not getting over it.
All right.
All I know is like, so sticks against the Simpsons. I envision Marco's trip to be like Homer Simpson in The Simpsons. He goes to Japan and ends up in
Mr.
Japan
Sparkle.
jail. Yeah, ends up in Japan jail or whatever.
I think you guys forget that like I grew up like mainly my dad was he did plastic injection molding resell the machines, and in the 90s and late 80s there was this big invasion of Japanese people into the automotive industry, especially in plastic and injecting molding. So I grew up, like the city I grew up in was 50% Japanese. So like we spent a very long time, like when every time he'd come back, he'd do the 3 on 3 off thing for those people that know.
So
he'd come back
and long time ago, and you're.
I know it's a long time ago. I know it's a long time ago. But it's not like I'm absent of any experience with the culture before. You know what I mean? So it'll be. I think it'll be all right. It's gonna be fun. Plus, we got a lot. We're doing so much stuff. Like we're gonna go see. We have projected to see a lot of stuff. And I just think like objectively, when you don't, it's gonna be nice because I don't think we don't. It's nice to not spend money and get FOMO, because then you have money where you can go do what you want, and it's going to be easy for us. You know what I mean? So, our decision are like, do we really feel like booking the train and have to carry our luggage, or are we just going to go get a taxi and do it, even though it's $100? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like so we're just going to do the easier version of that. I will tell you this, the badge pickup thing seems pretty cool. The problem with it is we're staying in Tokyo proper. So the other side of Tokyo Disney, and technically Celebration is not in that portion. It's in, I can't remember the name of the city or the prefix, so I don't want to blow it, but it's like an hour train drive to get there.
Yeah.
But they're offering like a t-shirt thing if you get there early. Did you guys see this or hear about this?
Yeah, I saw it.
So, that's kind of cool, but like at the same point, like, I don't know. It's kind of tough. Once again, it's like, I want to get there, but like, do I leave the wife and kids to go get our badges early, or do we take everybody there and just try to F around and find out? Because like, once you take an hour ride with kids, you're not just jumping back on. You take an hour ride.
You got to feed them. You got to freaking
2 hours, because if it takes an hour to get there,
thank you. Yeah, you're not jumping back on and doing another hour.
No.
What does it say here? So registration, badge pickups Tuesday, which we obviously won't. Tuesday we won't be doing it, but we probably would maybe Wednesday or Thursday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And they'll probably queue for both of those. We suggest you do it. And what's the thing? Exclusive. You can purchase an on-demand green print T-shirt with a Celebration exclusive design, only available for fans who pick up their tickets between Tuesday. And those are okay. Those are like when they do the arm things, but whatever. Wednesday, April 16th until 7 p.m. And Thursday till 2. So you have to get there even earlier. So you pretty much will have to jump. Actually, I would have to do it on Wednesday, because I don't think I'm going to jump on a plane. I don't think I'm going to jump on a train and get in and out by 2. And maybe we'll see. Officially,
I was looking up.
Okay,
I was looking up where you were talking about it. So it's taking place in Chiba.
Chiba, yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Tokyo, Japan, Disneyland is on like the opposite side of the bay.
Yeah. So I'm staying.
It's like 45 minutes. That's not too bad.
No, I'm staying like a little bit, 15 minutes even further away from that, because I'm staying in Tokyo proper.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like we're there ahead of time, so we're gonna do some stuff in Tokyo, and then we're gonna go to Chiba. We're not even staying in Chiba, because actually the problem with staying in Chiba is it's mainly a business area, so that's where I found the like.
Not kid friendly.
So
not kid friendly. There's not a lot of kid. There's not a lot of kid friendly hotels there, so like you gotta be careful. And then the other place was to stay at Disneyland, but then like, which is fine, but if we stay at Disneyland, the kids aren't going to want to go anyplace else. And like, I'm just not about arguing with them, even if you're like, hey, let's go here, and they're going to complain that they didn't go and see stuff like they want. There's like a huge Godzilla head. They want to see that. They want to go see.
Why does it say massaging bed for 20 yen?
Yeah. It's well, they don't. I don't even think they say not kids allowed. I think it says kids are not recommended or something like. I don't know. I can't remember how the translation goes to it, but they definitely. It's not like this is an adult only area.
Not recommended there. Don't do it. Yeah, there's some salty areas in Japan, no doubt.
I don't know if it's salty. It's just different. It's different.
If you see something that says Soapland, it's not a playground.
You see what?
If you see a sign that says Soapland, it's not a playground.
Why? What's that?
It's like a bathhouse. Adult bathhouse.
This would be a cool. If this is one of the printed shirts, though, the Stormtrooper Samurai shirt. Have you seen this?
Yep, there's a couple good ones.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the print out ones. I definitely would buy that. Here, hold on. Let me see if I can share the screen on this. But yeah, I mean overall, you got to remember Celebration is actually a small part of what we're doing while we're going to be there.
Good.
We've got, good. We got bunch of other stuff there. We rented out for a couple days. We're staying in they have like themed hotels and stuff. Is it sharing?
They have a Pokemon hotel.
Yes, that's where we're staying.
A couple
of them. Yeah. I mean, not the whole time because I don't want to go crazy.
No. But I've looked at some of that stuff for a family vacation in the future, like because Pokemon kids. It's great.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. I was surprised that you could do that. Is that not sharing? Why is that not sharing?
It's not on the bottom.
It's not like he's sending him to Santa
I know I
Claus
can't
land.
pull it up.
Oh, it says before remove other media. I'll get rid of my stuff.
Oh yeah. You gotta
We just had too
take out
much.
something, and you gotta take out what you had and to bring up something new.
No, whatever.
Now,
I think you're probably good now.
There we go. Yeah, that's like one of those screen print shirts. I just wouldn't say tell us what it was because I'd go for that. I mean, I'm still gonna get the badges early, but I'd go for that. That dress.
Oh, I like that.
Dude.
That's what you're gonna get,
dress.
right, Marco? That's your shirt you're buying. The dress. It's gonna be.
SNS still the funniest show on. Jesus.
That Mando.
That's actually that's a Her Universe dress, and that shit is probably $180. So good luck with that.
That Mando. Meh.
Yeah.
Big Mando.
See, that's probably one of the press shirts.
I like
this.
That
Is
one,
what this is 100%. Yeah, here it goes. Vader badge T-shirts. This is that's probably what the shirts are. They're probably all the badges you can get pressed in there.
Yeah.
oh,
That's kind of cool.
That's a cool one. Yep.
Like that.
I don't care about that one, but
It's all right. It's still kind of cool. What is this nonsense?
That
Light
was-
up backpack.
Backpack.
Ruben's gonna be paying
that's kind of cool.
money on the black market for that one.
It's
Ruben,
That's a
that's
waste.
all you.
That's one for Way Seeker too. Like a,
If it was
With
Nubs,
nubs.
See-through.
absolutely.
Yeah, but-
It's actually good that it's see-through.
I want a Nub skateboard actually. If there's enough
Bear Walker. Is that is Bear Walker?
what are you gonna
famous
do with a
skateboard?
skateboard? You gotta fall and break
People
your
collect
neck,
this
buddy.
stuff. No. These are
right up in the
expensive.
hospital with
I'll say-
that's okay.
Skateboards are big money
I
collectibles
guess-
nowadays.
Yeah,
I guess
might
if
be
you're just
picking one
buying
of
the
those up.
deck, you just buy the deck. Don't make sure it doesn't have wheels.
That's what I mean.
I think that's all it
Give me a
is.
Nubs thermos too.
It is only a deck. That's all they're selling. They're not gonna sell the trucks and all that.
Yeah, they are. That's right.
It says deck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna be
it's a deck.
Just a deck.
Give
yeah.
me a thermos, a Nubs thermos, please.
Yeah, but you know what? They'll have
There you
it
go.
there where you can make up your
Lantern,
own
right.
trucks
A
on it.
lantern.
Yeah, they'll have it. I like the lantern.
That's cool though.
I'll take that
What is
lantern.
that? Holding screen.
Hold the screen for your
It's
That's
a
like
whole
a-
fully- You know how big that shit is?
Yeah.
Well,
That's
no,
gonna
is that, that's what I was wondering if
that's
it's
gonna be
that
a
big or is
horrible
it
thing to
small.
get.
No, it's big. No, this you don't understand. This is an actual folding screen. Like
Yeah,
you
it's
can
a whole
tell the
table.
scale
Oh, for
because
the house, not for like a car, like for the window of the car windshield.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
What? For the what?
The windshield of the car when you freaking cover your window. And
He's not wrong. That's what it is. He's not wrong. It's like the most Americanized version.
I like the way Dom
Not
is thinking
wrong.
right there. I like it. I would put that on my truck. Yeah.
It's a paneled.
Tell us that you're too old without
If we
telling
ever,
us that you're
if we
too
ever seem
old.
like foolish Americans on this show, now you know.
I'm not buying a fan. I just
That's
don't.
cool. That's the
It's a notepad.
The stranger.
Yeah, but it's badge art, isn't it?
it's a bad
It's
shirt.
badge art. Yep.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, that's
Yeah.
wild. That's not. I mean, her universe is not all home runs, bro. It
They're
is
like
not
straight
all home runs.
80s. Straight
That's
80s
gonna be
like
on the clearance rack, dude. These things.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
get these.
That's the company that makes the
Audio
headphones.
Tech, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
that. Audio Technica.
And it goes fig
We saw a
pins.
bunch of that stuff. Where's this going at? Language.
Black Series figure really want that.
That's the one.
Is it
that
Hasbro?
from.
Yeah,
Want
it's,
that,
it's
that's
in
gonna
its own
be-
hall.
They get
Well,
that.
they're coming out. So apparently they're going to come out with a different version. It's going to be a color version. The black and white version is only going to be exclusive.
But you want the
At
black and
Target,
white
right?
one.
Did you say it was Target? No.
Cookies.
Well, no, it's waffles or is it cookies?
I think they're like
Chocolate white
like
waffle
the-
cookies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll buy some of those. I'm down with that. I like waffle cookies. Lollardos. Oh my gosh. Oh, what did I do here? I didn't
I
go
don't know.
back to Star Wars Celebration. There's a more. They had more stuff that's going on.
yeah.
Who's texting me this later?
They didn't show you the Blossom.
Probably the guy that bought that comic for $100.
Yeah, right. $101.
Look what I got.
Are you gonna get
No,
some
before you
octopus
go,
balls?
let's see what they got to tell you before we go.
Are you gonna get the octopus balls for 1,000 yen?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a
This-
little camera.
I think this is
thing.
what
We're
I
gonna try
sent you,
them all.
right? Yeah, this is what I sent you.
Oh, this came in the email too. Yeah. This is
guy's a good
interesting.
artist,
I
too.
like this. They're gonna have a whole they're gonna have a whole thing of anime and stuff in the pavilion area. That's gonna be really cool. So the stuff starts sucking, but this is more of the stuff that I'm looking forward to because this is the stuff they do right a lot of times. Kids will love that shit.
Right there.
Just I know you could be heartbroken, but Charles Soule said he can't make it. He tried, he can't make it. So you're not going to get to hang out with Charles Soule.
So I don't gotta listen to him be a jackass. Okay, I'm good. Dude, I would love one. Hey, you know what's funny is like people will defend some of the worst people ever. Whenever I say, yeah, so he's not, so I don't have to deal with him being a jackass. Never does anybody defend him and say, oh no, I had a great experience with him. Have you noticed that? Like when Neil Adams was alive, I'd say stuff about him. People would all get so mad and just make up stories to try to defend him.
Whenever you say Neil Adams,
huh?
That he's not exactly as legendary as Neil
I understand
Adams.
that, but anybody you'd say stuff about, they would, yeah, whatever. But no, you say even people I say, oh, did this good dude? People will start like, this guy sucks, blah blah blah. But you say stuff about Soul, people just don't say anything because they're like, yep, he's a dick. Anyways, Liminar Prince not buying that. I think I already bought one of these, so
yeah, you can buy those on the website, I think.
Yeah, I think I already bought one. I can't remember which one I bought, but I bought one. Wife did too. I think we even bought them for the kids.
They're still doing the live stream, correct?
For some of for the main ones, yeah.
For the main ones, yeah.
But
just the main concourse? Okay.
Just the main.
Fan again. Stickers, whatever. This I might actually, I was thinking about going to this. Mariners night at the park.
That'd be cool.
That'd be kind of cool, man. They're gonna have exclusive stuff there too. I don't know what it is, but
is it in Tokyo or is it in Seattle?
No, it's right. Well, yeah, it's in Chiba, so it's like right outside of the
Tokyo
thing.
baseball.
Like so it's the Tokyo Dome.
It's not called that. It's Nippon Baseball League or whatever.
Yeah, Nippon.
Stadium will feature Star Wars themed videos, music, as well as exclusive photo ops.
Yeah, but they usually have other shit going on there too. I mean, if I gotta go out and get the badges, I might as well get the badges, the stingy badges. I have to get, what day is that? Wait a minute, that's not right. When is that? Oh yeah. So that might be it. I might go get the badges and go see this too.
Yeah,
April 16th.
I can do that. I can't believe I'm leaving so quick. And I'm definitely not going to Tokyo. The thing. But,
Star Tours.
Yeah, I'm not going to Star Tours.
Are they doing anything special at Disney?
Huh?
Are they doing like a Star Wars Day at Disney? Like before or after?
They said something here. The convention hall isn't far from Tokyo. Disneyland, and Tokyo. Fans of Star Wars Tour Adventure can experience the thrilling rides of Tokyo Disneyland. So no, not really.
Same thing.
I think they plan to do like Star Wars night, like they do here. You know what I'm about?
Yeah, they do it for Season of the Force.
Yeah. I think they're doing that there. I don't know if it's for Celebration or for May the 4th, but I'm pretty sure it's for Celebration.
Which ones did I get? I can't remember which ones I got. I think I got. I might have got Visions. I think I might have got that one. I got Publishing. I got Lucas Publishing for sure. And then maybe an animation one. I did get something for the kids. I can't remember what I got for them. Oh, Cosplay Showcase. Because the kids love the cosplay stuff.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Do those Darth Talon cosplay.
Yeah, right. Till some perv.
Till
I want to see that shit. There's somebody there. Like, you're gonna probably see that over there.
Yeah, that's how the death of Star Wars comes, because you just want to. I don't know if we will see a Darth. Well, maybe you never know.
You probably will, but not in the cosplay contest.
Yeah,
you never know.
You know, there's a lot of cool meetups and stuff outside of that. I actually probably got to get at, because when you go to Celebration, there's all these people that do stuff outside of it.
Yeah. Well, there's also promotion events for companies.
You're gonna hang out with all the streamers and podcasters and all.
Absolutely not.
Those all the shills. You're gonna hang out with the shills going over there.
The media room.
All those shills that go up there.
Absolutely not.
Everything paid for them.
Not at all.
I want to start doing that. I want to get paid. I want Disney to pay for a trip for me. I'm gonna go. Oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. I want that. I was watching somebody making fun of the Star Wars shills. It was actually hilarious.
The Star Wars shills.
People that friggin' breathe everything Star Wars and don't say anything negative about Star Wars at all. It loves everything about Star Wars. That's Ruben. Ruben is the biggest shill when it comes to Star Wars.
He's not though. Ruben.
He's
No,
not.
you're
He
only a
loves everything
shill.
Star Wars. He loves
I don't
everything.
think you understand what the word
Why he
shill
loves it.
means.
Isn't
I don't think that-
Monaco cover old?
He has a reason why he loves it. And I don't even think he likes Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, I don't think you understand what the word shill means. That's not. He's not shilling anything.
Sure.
He just
Well,
absolutely loves.
Yeah,
There are a lot of
you have
people
to
at
get
Celebration
paid.
that
Everything
absolutely
Star
love
Wars,
it.
everything. He loves the Resistance, like fucking goddamn.
You have to
Stick
get
Game
paid by
He loves
Lucasfilm.
all that
And
stuff.
you get
But he spends money on it. He doesn't make any. If you want to call him a Star Wars mark, that's fine. How do people? How are you on a wrestling show? You don't even know wrestling terms.
I know Star Wars Mark. I know what a Mark is.
I don't think you do.
Yes, I do. I do know what it is, and I do know what the shill is. The shill is a person that loves everything Star Wars. Everything Star Wars.
A shill.
A shill is someone
wait.
who promotes things for free. And
Yeah,
Oh, you know what? The old fact is, I want
payment,
I
yeah.
want that. I want that. I want that. I want Disney to pay for me, like they pay for everybody else to go do that. I want that.
Pay for everybody.
They pay for
They
they
don't
don't
pay for
pay
this
for
station
hardly
because
anybody.
nobody.
if Gray's there, you're gonna say hi.
Who?
If Claudia Gray's
Oh
there,
yeah,
you
for
gonna
sure,
say hi?
dude. Yeah, we like. I love chatting with her. She's nice.
I don't remember if Zon's gonna. Timothy's always all these things too. Are you gonna try to?
Yeah, he's fun to talk to too.
Actually,
Yeah, if
Zombies
Timothy's
is
there.
in,
Like if Gray's there, Gray's always cool to chat about. I'm not saying she unintentionally leaks stuff, but I'm not gonna say anything. I'm stop talking. She's very nice to talk to. Zon, on the other hand, is
Hey, Zombies
crotchety
just
but
in
fun.
C2E2. He was just in C2E2.
Yeah, cool. He's crotchety but fun, man. He
doing
really
his
is fun.
coin stuff. Yeah,
He's what?
The coin things that he gives away for his comics or whatever. Lucky Devils coins,
Challenge points.
whatever.
I predict Zon will be the head writer for Star Wars, the writers' room.
No, it won't be. I think Kevin will be.
I
think Kevin's gonna get
Kevin
him.
Scott?
I'm not gonna say what I think is gonna happen with my second point, but I think Kevin's gonna be the head of an animated show.
Nah.
I think they've been teaming him up because he's been doing. He did 5 or 6 episodes already. So I think they're gonna have him be a head writer for an animated show,
Maybe.
and I'd be cool with that. I'd be cool if they did that. Gray, Kevin.
I would not mind seeing. I don't know if Gray's workload allows her to do it, but I would not mind seeing Gray be in charge of it. I think there'd be some sensibility there and her overall experience. I mean, you can't say too much about her overall experience and her record. Like both of those, Kevin's had some misses, and let's be honest, Kevin's niche. Where Gray has a broader stance, a great understanding, but also has and I'm not saying Kevin Scott does not have a high respect for fans, but Claudia Gray's respect for the Star Wars fans and fandom in general, Star Wars fandom in general, is A tier. Like, I don't think you're going to get much, or S tier, because I really don't think you're going to get higher than her. Like, you got people like, you have her, you have Eckstein, you have, I'm trying to think about, you got Warwick Davis.
You got what's the name that does the voice to Dark Killer. What's his name? He's great. He's S tier.
Sam Whitworth.
Is he? Well, sometimes maybe
he is.
Yeah. I mean, I've never met him, so I can't speak to it on that point. I'm always speaking to people.
When I met him and I told him about that he did a great, he took Darth Maul to made him the character that he is, and then he goes, "What'd you like about Darth Maul?" And I was telling him, he was like, "I like the way you think about Maul, the conviction, he was blinded by."
What's he gonna tell you? That was the stupidest shit I ever heard.
Oh, hey, listen, they're not gonna say shit. At least they fucking talk to you.
No, I know, but you're right. But Dom, that's what we're saying. That's why he's S tier. You're right. Where they're willing to talk to you about stuff and go on for a little bit and like not pigeonhole themselves into certain things or say dumb shit when they're drunk on mics. But yeah, I mean, you get those guys are that he, as Dom was saying, is S tier. But when it comes to writing, I don't think Scott has done well, but he's like kind of always the number 2, right? I don't see him as a number 1. Where I can see
Who's
Gray.
the best writer altogether now? The best writer I've
Gray.
I mean, Timothy, we all say is the best one, but
I know the best.
Yeah.
you're not going to let
Timothy.
Timothy be in charge of it. So Gray would be the one they would let be in charge of it.
Hold on now. If we're gonna call Kevin Scott niche, we're gonna call Timothy niche too. Niche, whatever. We're gonna call Timothy it too, because he really hasn't gotten out of his lane. He sat in a lane and he's stuck in it, and that's what he does.
That's not true.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but I still think he's the best.
Early on, he got out of his lane quite a bit, but I think once they kind of like sidelined him, at least in the latest stuff since 2017 or so. But why would he get it? Why would he get out of his lane for that now?
Okay, well, I understand, but I'm not going to pay you for yesterday's service. I'm going to pay you for tomorrow.
But wasn't he supposed to do 2 more books?
No, he's been asking for it, but they
wanted to do 3 more books.
3 books, right?
Yeah. But
no, he
hasn't had any of them being in charge of something.
I want to see a book done when Ezra and Thrawn, took off after the 10-year period. That story, how they get along, because obviously they had bits and pieces in Ahsoka saying that he ran away after friggin' Thrawn found the Night Witches. Ezra kind of like took off because it got like too dark because I don't know.
Timothy wants to write that story, but
outside looking in though, like maybe going a different way with it. What if they did, because it is kind of like they did, like we can say what we want, but this last one was Soul and Scott. Like that's who it was. That's how it went. But what if they did Gray and Man? What if that was the lead in for publication?
When you talk lead, you mean like in charge of overall writing and story?
Yeah, overall direction. Well, I mean, Soul was over. You can say what you say what you want, but Soul had overall direction in High Republic.
Yeah,
he did.
No offense to Claudia Gray, though. I don't know that she has enough writing history for like all of it to like cover comics and to cover everything.
She's done comics.
Very few.
She's done
Charles Soule. She didn't do nearly
not as much as Soule,
and not as nearly as many as Scott. So
yeah, but here's the problem. But here's the problem with that. How'd that work out for you, brother?
I'm not saying it worked out great with Charles Soule. I'm
just saying how that worked out for you, brother.
If you're picking between her and Kevin Scott, for instance, Kevin Scott has a much bigger media background in different mediums than she does,
and he's done shows.
Yeah,
I think he's the logical choice.
Yeah, I think that's what they're. Well, I think that's kind of where they're going to go. But I would actually like to see Gray and Man, because I think Man with the up and like thinking outside the box.
You have to ask is do they want to do that? Like, does she want to write shows? Does she want to write comics? I don't know that she does.
Does she want to direct everybody there? I think she's respected enough that people would listen to her. I mean, she is very respected, so I think that's part of it too. I think
her work's great. I don't think that anything against her work, and I don't.
No, I'm not even saying just her work. I'm saying like her as a person she's very pleasing to people. So
it's not that she couldn't do it. I just don't know that she has the desire to do all those different.
Oh, I agree on that too, but I'm not saying that aspect of it. I'm just saying like, because I think if we can fold Man in, because I'll be honest, the way he morphs stuff, his direction gives a fresh approach that I think is enjoyable. Instead of doing what we did last time, where we took 2 guys who had experience and they turned something great into a shit pile on fire. So, I mean, I'm just thinking about who I would hire.
If these are your 2 best, do you really want them working at the head, or do you want them doing the writing?
Yeah.
No, we saw them doing the writing.
Because if you're pulling them to do,
I think at this point, before Gray takes an L, you need to get her. Yes, I think
unless you put her just there and no writing.
Well, she's still right.
Just overseas.
Soul wrote 2 comic books and a bunch of other stuff, so she could do both. What I'm saying is like
it can be difficult to do both.
She could still do a novel per turn or whatever she feels she's comfortable with. But I think seeing the overall direction.
Could you rotate them?
Huh?
Could you rotate them? Like,
what are you talking
for
about?
this arc, this person's in charge, and then
no, that's a fucking mess. No,
okay.
I don't think you understand. So like, if you just put them in the overall, so it wouldn't just be their vision; they would just be leading the vision. So they would still be like, "Hey, these are my core." Like she would write the core books in it. She would write 1, 3, 5, like whatever.
It's more like an anchor than a leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking along the lines of like a Kevin Feige or something like that, where they kind of.
You're thinking the big picture.
It's not big enough to where that's the only thing she can do.
Yeah. No. It's not so big that no. No, and then you just bring in, like, thank God you don't bring Ireland back for anything, but then, you know, you also let her expand into some of her.
I thought you liked her.
I almost would rather have clean slate. To be honest, it's gone so.
Hey, just imagine
from phase 1 through now to phase 3, especially from the second phase on. Like, I would almost rather just clean slate it and honestly start over with a new set of writers. Bring them in, fresh perspective, clean slate, and go from there.
See, that's why the only two that I carry over, and I like Calvin Scott and stuff, but the only Kevin Scott and stuff. The only two that I would carry over is Man and Gray. That's it.
All the novels and comics become legends, and they start a fresh new thing.
Well, not that, but
nope.
Wow.
Said nobody ever.
You're just trying to sweep it all under a rug.
Under a rug, and you can start fresh.
There's gonna be legends, and then there's gonna be legends.
No, it all goes to legends. It's legends. That's it. Legends, and you start picking the
These are legends. This is lore. This is folklore.
You take the original legends, and you freaking take shit out of the original legends.
Yeah,
We've kept on for 3 hours. When he has to leave, it's the best part.
All right,
it's confusing enough to legends and canon. You can't have legends, and then
canon adjacent legends.
I think they should have a what if. They should have a what if freaking goddamn thing for Star Wars too, just to have use some of those stories that
they do. It's visions.
I know Vision. It's different. It's different. It's nothing from the books. That the original legend stuff. That's what we get some of that stuff.
All right. On that note, I won't miss you guys next week. Good luck.
Well, I won't be here next week. I'll be off to South Carolina.
We may or may not have a show next week. We got lots of things going on. It's Easter. So we'll figure it out.
Fuck. I forgot it was Easter.
Yeah, it's Easter Sunday. WrestleMania.
They said you guys could move the show to Monday if you want.
It'd be a lot.
We might do that.
Better.
That might work better. That would work better.
Yeah.
I might be back. Cool. I'll be back Monday sometime on Monday. I don't know what time I'm going to be back.
I don't care. That's something you guys can take care of off camera. I am going to go to bed because I got to still finish packing. Thank you everybody for tuning in.
I told you had to finish packing.
Make sure it's always packing. All right. Talk to everybody later. I'm just leaving at this point. Later.
We got 15 people still.